Right, tell the story about the manhole cover.
Right, in the same magazine as the one with the cat and the fire and that.
Don't tell me that story again, it gives me the shivers.
Yeah, a cat that's got a weird expression on its face is against God.
Anyway, this isn't a scary story, this was just, like physics. Physics.
Yeah.
It was going on about the nuclear bomb and how powerful it is. And, they put a manhole cover on top of one.
Okay.
Blew it up.
Yeah.
Never saw the manhole cover again.
Man alive, Carl. Unexplained.
What's going on there? Something weird is happening there. Oh.
If anyone has ever seen that manhole cover, please get in touch. We'd love to know where it is.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Finally, White Van Man, what do you make of the fact that Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins?
Is that
a
true?
concern for you?
Is that true?
Apparently so.
Why?
Dunno.
Like it's easy to stack.
This is what the guy in the Sun has said. That should be interesting for that should be his comment on Sainsbury's are bringing in square tins is that should be interesting for meatballs. Ricky's just collapsed on the floor. Let's just play a song, Carl. I don't think even you can top that.
I think people have got to remember that he's like my best friend, and if there was 3 people agreeing, it wouldn't be a funny show. So I certainly take on the role as class bully. Steve takes on the role of professorial mediator. But it's just to get the best out of Carl, and he always wins. I can tell you, he'll say something, and there it is. There we got it.
I get the impression that you don't really care what Ricky's saying to you. I just get the feeling it's not like you go home at night worrying about it.
No, I mean, you got to remember I'm 37. I'm not like going on to my mum and dad going, they're picking on me again. You know, I'm 37, and sometimes I say stuff back. No, I say.
And it's made him £1 million.
That's it.
That's there.
Bloody hell.
No, but it's not. It doesn't bother me anymore. I've got used to it. I mean, it started off slowly.
But it's anyone who doesn't realise it's with his blessing, he wouldn't do it again. We've known each other now for 10 years. Me and Steve have known each other for, I don't know, 12, 13 years. It's like, that's what mates do. That's how I was brought up. That was the whole thing. You poke someone until they come back. And you don't mind if they come back with a zinger.
And Rick, if you want.
I can poke him now.
I don't like it when they both do it, because that's what happened at XFM that day when you both were having a go at me, and I said, right, forget it. And I left. That's the only time when you pushed me over the edge.
Yeah.
When I left, I went and got a train and went to
Hastings.
Hastings on the train.
Remember that?
Yeah, he's not
Remember the famous
again.
Hastings incident?
Yeah.
What, during the radio show?
Yeah, about 15 minutes to go. I said, forget this. And I went.
But
and
then
I
he
turned
came
my phone off, and then got to Hastings. I had a walk along the pebbles and that. Put the phone on. He left a message going, seemed a bit down today, mate. Was it something I said?
Was this something I said? I've been winding him up for 2 hours, and I said, was this something I said?
You were planning to go to Hastings. You didn't just go to Hastings on a whim
No,
that day.
I called up Suzanne. I said, I've had a bad day today.
Let's
go. Let's go to Hastings. Get away from it.
And then he said, "You'll never wind me up again. You'll never break me again." I don't think I ever have I?
Nah.
I think what we have done, and this might have been a coincidence, but I think we've inflamed his quest for knowledge. He still finds out his own things. He still believes in what he believes in, whatever we say. But at least now he's sort of belligerent in what he wants to find out.
I disagree, Rick. He's not learned anything.
No, I think he has.
But as you said, you say by your own admission.
Up some stuff.
By your own admission, you say a fact goes in the air, and you have to lose another fact in order to make space for the new one. So therefore, you'll forget everything you've already learned.
Yeah,
You've said that. That was your own explanation.
Knowledge needs at least the chance of application, not just flicking through a book and seeing everything. Unless you're Rain Man, that's not knowledge.
What have you learned?
Since when?
Well, since we've been in the last year.
Matthew asked him this question on the way here. Okay, he said, "What's the last film you saw, Carl?" He went, "What do you mean?" I said, "You can't be more specific." What's the last film you saw, Carl? That is all the information
What
you
do you
need.
mean?
He said,
No.
what do you mean?
But I just kind of meant there's a lot. You see in adverts of films all the time.
Didn't ask that.
That's not what he meant,
No.
though. It's everyone knows that. Everyone knows
Yeah,
the last
didn't say
film
what's
you
the
saw.
last
was the last film
advert
you
he
saw.
saw. Yeah.
Edge of Darkness, Mel Gibson. That's my answer. Boom. What's the last thing you learned? Tell me something you've learned in the last year that is a really useful, interesting tidbit.
It's not like that though. I might have learnt to do a bit of plastering.
Yeah.
I've put coving up.
It's good.
I've done electrics.
Absolutely
It's
brilliant.
not a fact.
No, more. That is.
But that's not what you're talking about then. You haven't inflamed
No.
him. You don't inflame him to do some
No,
coving.
but that is more useful in the world than pointless facts of people who go through things
but
to
then
win
don't
quizzes.
say that we've educated him, because we haven't. We've got nothing to do with the coving.
No, but he realised that he was wasting his
could put
time.
your hands
He realised on a podcast that he was worthless. I called him up once, right? We're doing another podcast. It said number 1. It's like the 10th we put, and now we've got this. We're being sold around the world. I said, what are you doing? He said, just putting some shit out of a drain. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
But they're the things I like doing because at the end of the day, you've done something. You haven't had to pay someone else to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I hate.
Yeah.
Being ripped off.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's what's important to me. Keeping my hand in.
Yeah.
In some shit.
Yeah. It's up to your elbow,
Not
you
just
said.
sat in a room talking like this, because this isn't a proper thing, is it? It's not a proper job, this. I like something where you can stand back and go, I've fixed that.
Yeah.
I've done that. That's like going back to basics, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what cavemen were like.
Yeah.
Done that, sorted that.
We've got to get a system where we're just shitting everywhere. We need to invent a toilet.
Yeah. You don't get it because you don't do it. I've never called you up and you've had your hand down a drain full of shit. You've never done it.
Now I call a plumber.
Yeah, but you're getting ripped off. Call out charge, 80 quid.
Yeah. Oh, the joke's on me, innit?
Doesn't matter.
Joke's on me. I didn't pay a fucking thing.
It's just what I enjoy doing, really. It's the
Brilliant.
manual bit. But I can't think of a fact. Like
Do you know what he said? In a couple of years' time, he'd like to get a little part-time job in B&Q.
Why wait a couple of times? Years, just get going now.
It's just that I'm down there a lot. That's where I sort of like to wander.
So if you're
There's
down
always
there,
a new tool that I didn't know was out. Yeah, I can see myself sort of working
job
there when
down
I'm
there.
older. Yeah.
What
I mean,
sort
I
of
help
age?
people now. Like, if
40?
I hear people, I overhear old people saying, "Oh, I'm struggling finding the coat hooks," and I go, "Aisle 4."
you might as well get paid for it. Yeah.
I love it. Though.
Oh dear.
Home base.
What, home base or B&Q?
Prefer home base.
Do you?
I can never find any staff in home base.
Can't you have 2 part-time jobs? Because you could do what, half in B&Q, half in home base.
Co-ops are a different place in B&Q then.
Yeah.
Confusing. Wasn't
What's
it?
your ideal job now? If someone said you can do anything you want, it's a 40-hour week, you get paid whatever you're earning now, what do you want to do?
No, if I'd like to do anything, I've always said about being a surgeon or a doctor.
That's not going to happen, mate. That is not going to happen.
No, but you said I could be anything.
No, but given your abilities,
Well,
getting
Home
shout
base.
drains. Yeah.
no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I know I'm not, you know.
Well, why don't you go to medical school?
I think it's too late now.
Well, you could probably now with your profile, you could probably have a little go. You know what I mean? They let celebrities, like pilots always go, do you want to come up the cockpit?
No, it will
With me.
happen. I think that's like the next X Factor style thing, isn't it? That's the next thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a way of getting new people interested, young people into jobs that we need cover for. We've got loads of singers now.
Yeah, we don't need another singer.
Well,
No one's
sick of
going,
singers.
oh, I need another singer. No.
I'm sick of it. Everyone's singing. It's like we're living in an opera now. Everyone's singing more
Yeah.
than they're talking.
They did a survey, it was on the radio yesterday, amongst kids, 54% of them said they wanted to be famous when they grow up. 15% wanted to go into either doctors or nurses. 54% just wanting to be famous, non-specific.
We could be a
Isn't it?
famous doctor. I prefer to be a famous doctor than known for doing what we do.
Which one? Dr. Crippin?
Just
Dr.
a,
Dre?
just a good one that everyone goes, he's good.
Dr. Fox is the best.
Yeah.
Just a brain surgeon. Hearts. Be good, that. Be a good feeling at the end of the day.
Not for their family, it wouldn't. I did like Knob News. I hated Rockbusters. It was annoying. He said every week said it was a cryptic clue. It wasn't a cryptic clue. It was might as well have said, "What am I thinking?" Because none of the clues worked. Absolutely ridiculous. Many of them racist.
I don't remember much of the non-news.
A famous one was a bloke who grew a penis on his arm
Why did he do that?
because they had to graft it on. They couldn't do it on. They had to take his old one off, or he'd lost it, and so they grew it on his arm.
He was embarrassed, dropping his pants all the time at the doctors, and they put it there, easy access, in and out quicker.
What?
That's not
That
true.
was the story, wasn't it? That's what we're
It
talking
fucking
about.
wasn't.
What, he was having a piss from his arm?
No.
No, he'd lost his penis.
Sorry, Rick, sorry if I didn't quite get it right. I didn't realise it was...
Right.
He didn't make it quite clear.
Apparently he'd lost his penis, right?
Right,
But
so
they
he grew
said,
one on his arm.
So no, they grew his back on his arm. So to keep it alive while they were sorting something out, he had a horrendous accident.
Right.
So they couldn't put it back there, but they needed to grow it on something. So they grafted it onto his arm to just grow it there before the
That
operation.
makes sense, but what's he talking about?
He made it up.
Embarrassed?
He embellished. He made it up.
He was embarrassed to have it. He didn't like flopping his trousers.
I think he thought it was someone else's at first. Like they were growing knobs on this bloke's arm. They go, we need to grow a knob. I know a bloke's arm. It was perfect. He's got the most fertile knob growing arm.
We haven't done knob news for ages.
No, I wonder why. Why did that die out? Why did that die out? There probably wasn't a lot of knob news in the world to keep it as a feature. Trevor McDonald. Here's knob news.
Channel 4 has very wisely got itself in bed with us with our new animated series in which Ricky, Karl and myself take on animated form, but the conversations are all real.
They're all real.
Real life conversations that we've had over the years.
They're not manipulated, they're not redone, we don't say let's do that again, it's not scripted. It really is conversations that we've had over the last 6 or 7 years, and they've taken snippets and sort of animated it behind our back, so to speak. It already existed, and they've brought it to life. And he lends himself so well to animation because he has these ridiculous flights of fancy, and I think they've done a really good job. Thoughts, Karl? What's your hopes?
All right.
Yeah?
I just always worry about the first few aren't as good. It's the other way round to most films, I'd say.
So keep watching. If you like the first couple, keep watching because it gets better and better.
But you can't remember the last time you saw a film. What do you know about films?
No, but just in the way that normally you go, Rocky was good, and then it's like, oh, Rocky 6, give it up. Whereas I'd say by Series 6 of Us,
Right.
it's a better stuff, I'd say.
But I
That's
think,
being honest.
just they don't have to keep watching for the next 19 years of their life. Let's say that actually episode 2, series 1 is good. Let's say that. So they watch. Yeah?
I'm still...
No, don't watch.
I don't know,
watch it yet.
it's
Don't watch
too
it yet.
familiar
Don't watch
to me,
it.
maybe.
What? Yeah?
It may be too
should
familiar
they
to me.
watch the first series at all?
I'd say coming at about... All I'm saying is, watch it. If you kind of go, I'm not sure about that,
Yeah.
leave it a couple of weeks, come in, you won't have missed anything, there's no sort of
Nothing,
ongoing...
Nothing to miss? No,
because it's just a chat from one time.
it's not
So it
great.
doesn't matter.
It's not
There's
great.
no sort of-
It
it's not like a
I'm not going
soap.
to watch it at all. I'm not going to... So...
Well, what you're doing is worse. You're saying, oh, it's great.
No, I'm
watch
not.
it, and
No, I'm
people
just
go,
asking you.
"Oh."
No, so don't. We don't know whether we don't. Difference of opinion. I think it's pretty good. He doesn't.
Giant penis heads. This is in Japan, right? This is in Tokyo.
Yeah.
So it seems quite kind of very carefree to not worry the fact they're carrying these huge phallic things, cocks and balls, basically.
Yeah.
They don't care about kids looking at this. It's quite kind of, it's very modern and liberal, really, isn't it? In that way.
Especially in Japan.
Yeah.
Where they're quite, they don't show that in your face normally.
No, so to speak.
Because whilst I was in Japan, I had a sperm test. Have you ever done that?
No, thank God.
I went into... No, it's all right. I mean, it's quite...
Yeah.
It's good. And that's an actual place where, for you to release your stuff.
Yeah.
Where you would expect some fruity images and what have you. But the DVDs they left, I put them on. And the doctor sort of said, oh, there's some magazines for you and some DVDs. And he said to me, just before he left, he went, I'll apologise, the Japanese. Right? And I was a bit like, so what? I'm only looking at the pictures. I don't have to understand, what's being said or what I'm reading about. But what he meant was they pixelate the rudeness.
Do they? What, like, so the genitals are pixelated?
Yeah, you can't see anything. And it made it harder, that. But I went in this room and I was under a bit of pressure to, release the goods and everything.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, have they set up cameras in here? I'm looking around, so that's going on in my mind. I'm putting the DVD on, and it wouldn't work.
God.
Batteries had run out in the remote. So I was in there, Richard, the director's outside, going, "Are you all right?" I'm going, "Just leave me alone." I know that they know what I'm doing. The clock's going. The doctor had to get off because we went in the evening. He had plans for the evening. So he was like, "Can you hurry up?" The battery was run out. I had to get a battery out of the clock in the room. So I was sort of shuffling about with my pants around my ankles, getting this battery out. It was just a really sort of, I don't know.
It's not ideal.
I felt a bit degrading.
Yeah.
But honestly, the lengths people go to, he was telling me about how people have the ball sack.
Yes.
The testicle.
Back sack and crack.
Not just that anymore.
Oh, what do they have now?
Ironed.
Oh, what?
Fuck.
It's really good, David. It's really good. Oh, Carl doesn't laugh at anything.
It's like a knife.
No, okay. Right.
Right, do you want to go out? Sorry. I don't know if I could do this.
Fucking hell, she's looking good. See how Christian she is with a couple of these down her fucking neck.
You know Hannah's got you out here because you stink? Making a smell in there. Like knocking about with a fucking crab stick.
Worst style ever.
Well, whose head is it? My head.
Yeah, it's yours. I've got to look at it. That's what he says as well. He says it's not just the hair, it's the head. Completely round, egg-like thing with a V on it, a little strange face, gimp face, and then... Okay, let's do it again.
Don't worry about it anyway, it's nature.
It's not nature, mate.
It is nature. It is nature, that's exactly what it is. This bit fucked off, that bit stayed. Don't worry about it.
Oh, God! Oh, there's no chance.
Do you know what? It's a good job I wasn't born gay because I don't know what I'd do.
Why not? If you're gay, you'll be loving it, won't you?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm suited to it.
Why?
Just the lifestyle.
Well, what do you mean the
parties
lifestyle?
and stuff. Because the lifestyle, the way they walk about over there showing off, being quite...
Okay, you wake up gay tomorrow. What's the first thing you do? Do you get a boyfriend or do you play the field?
I think you play the field.
Yeah, are you going to talk the same?
Yeah, maybe in time, I suppose things rub off. If I'm knocking about with John Inmans of the world, I'm probably going to start maybe a little sort of... give me something to say.
Oh, hello, I haven't seen you for ages.
Right, so it'd be a bit different. Maybe oh, hello.
Right,
I haven't seen you for ages. It'd be
Okay.
little things like that, and people would suddenly go, "You met Carl recently? Sounds different." Or
So you go home. Your dad goes, all right, so how's it going? Been doing any DIY recently?
"Oh, hello, Dad. I haven't been there for a bit."
Oh, what are you talking like that for, Carl? How's Suzanne?
I'm not with her anymore. This is pointless because it's not the life I would choose.
Okay, but you've woken up gay.
But I wouldn't believe it then. I'd just go, oh, I feel a bit happier today, don't know why.
No, but then you start going, you go down, you buy a gay magazine, you're flicking through, you're looking at more cock than you've ever seen before in your life, and you're loving it. You look down, something's happened. What do you do next?
I just wouldn't look at that magazine again.
No, you're loving it. You go, I can't believe I haven't seen this magazine before.
Yeah, but I've seen knobs before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Where?
You see knobs all the time.
Where?
In gyms and that. And don't say you don't look, because you do when you're in a gym. Because it's there.
What
and
is?
If you don't look, if you're going like that, that's more of a worry. If you're not happy looking a knob in the face, there's something wrong. You should be comfortable with it. Just there you go.
It's a good rule of thumb. So...
and don't worry, I don't say, it's really bad. Just think she's 98. Let her have a nice rest of the life.
Yeah.
But instead, she was there, and the annoying thing was, and they do this with a lot of people in hospital, they pump you with drugs, try to sort it out. They don't, there's probably a bit of guesswork going on. Maybe. A little bit.
Not as much as you, but go on.
Right? And because of that, they sort of break wind a lot. So I'm sat there with my dad talking.
Whoa.
Drugs do that, Steve. I'm sure if there's a doctor listening or a nurse, they will clarify that if they pump you with all sorts of stuff, it wants to come out.
Right.
So you're sat there having a serious chat. It's a quiet hospital. The woman next door with the blue hands suddenly starts seeping gas, right? I start laughing. Because if there's one thing that makes you laugh, it's that,
It's a 98-year-old woman with blue hands farting.
So you try to hold it in because it's a really quiet hospital, and it'd be obvious that that I was laughing at, and I didn't want to be mean, but it was funny. And then it got me talking about my auntie, because my auntie Nora, she same thing, pumped her with loads of drugs. She used to have a cabinet next to the bed is like Boots. She's got loads of stuff, right, for all sorts of stuff. And I mean, she's not that old, but she's on loads of stuff, right?
She's a bit coked up, is she?
She called up my mum once. And,
you told us this. Go on, tell it again.
And she said, how are you doing and that? She said, all right. Bit worried though. My mum said, why, what's up? She said, I've been breaking wind. So she goes, well, She says, no, but this one is going on and on and on. And she was like, she was like, what do you say? What's like passing wind, farting for 5 minutes. one thing, not like, trumping and then nothing.
Yeah.
Continuous
Drone of a fart.
Yeah.
I don't think she had... How big was she? She must be the size of a barn.
No, she's not that big. She's, she's good for her age.
No, but I mean...
Quite slim.
No, but farting for 5 minutes. Where's all the gas? Was she circular breathing? Was she sucking it in with her mouth?
It was just... I don't know that much about it. But she called up my mum. About 2.5 minutes in...
Could you hear it in the background?
2.5 minutes in!
2.5 minutes in, she called my mum up, and it went on for a further 2.5 minutes.
Oh. And she just stayed on the phone, did she?
Where was...
Going, can you hear that?
Well...
Did she hold the phone next to her arse? Listen to that.
She was off the ground.
I'm trying to work a tune down.
she was actually hovering. She was 4 foot off the ground when they found her, the ambulance men.
The cat's dead.
Don't light a match! Don't light that cigarette!
Yeah, it's like that advert. The kids come home from school, switch on the lights.
Yeah. There they see Granny hovering, turn the light on.
Be careful if you have an elderly woman at home.
Yeah. Drugs make you fart.
So it was last week when there was a little bit of confusion over the one for Holly Valance. Right?
Of course. I don't think it was confusion, I think it was your error.
No, it wasn't.
And it was Holy Valance and you meant Pelmet.
Then Becky, who called up that time and said, if you're getting mistaken with Pelmet, right, she sent me an email in a week saying, I've done a bit of research. It was my fault, I've made an error. It is a Valance.
Okay.
And I know about Valances, as I told you last week at the very end, my auntie loves them.
Yeah.
Right? She makes them. She started off just like putting them on top of the, sort of window around the curtain. And then she thought, I can do more with this. And she had a little coffee table that had magazines underneath, and she said, I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I'm sat down.
She sounds like a Pilkington.
So...
I'm sick of seeing them magazines when I sit down.
So she put a Valance round the table.
Yeah.
She just got Valances around everything now.
Then, next step, she tapes everything. She never actually watches telly. She tapes it all because she gets sick of listening to the adverts and that.
Yeah.
So she tapes everything. So she's got loads of videotapes and that. And the video used to get on her nerves. When she was watching a film, she'd see the clock changing.
Oh.
And it distract her from the film, so she put a balance around that.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Yeah.
So,
That is
Or is it mental?
Oh,
Only Mrs. Einstein can tell
I
us.
don't know. She's even made a little Jack Russell look like a hovercraft.
Yeah.
if you
It's
stand still,
great.
that's
So
it.
everything's got a balance.
If you go round and you stand still for too long, the chances are you get
She'll
a
put a
balance around your
balance.
head.
Yeah.
This is this is Auntie Who,
And Nora.
and this is the one that farted for 5 minutes.
She did.
Lest our listeners forget.
Lest we
Farted
forget.
for 5 minutes. Called his mum, saying I'm farting. 2 minutes into the fart.
She said about 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah. God.
She said I'm about 2.5 minutes into
Well,
the
my
fart.
mum said, how long's it been going on for? She said, well, it was about 2.5 minutes before I called you.
Yeah.
And then it went on for a further 2.5 minutes or something. And, then it stopped. And,
She couldn't time it because there was a balance over the clock.
Yeah, she
Because it used to
couldn't time
annoy her
it,
when she was
yeah.
on the phone. You put her off seeing the
So
time.
it was
she was
consi-
guessing it was 5 minutes.
This was one consistent fart.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't making a noise, it was just...
Oh, it wasn't making a noise.
just gas.
Right. Endless gas.
So, there you
That's
go.
fantastic.
I'm so
Well,
sorry.
it's like, right, listen, when I was a kid, right, and it's alright for you to go into women's toilets when you're a kid, it's like, oh, it's a bit cute, right, as long as you're not, like, over 15 or something, right?
Right.
But when I was a kid, I went into a toilet, and women, when they use their little cubicles, they don't shut the door. Some of them just sit down on the toilet,
Yeah.
right, and you see everything, and, no, seriously, that's probably one of the first times I saw, like, a woman.
Yeah.
That, right, and my Auntie Nora when she was staying over.
What happened with your Auntie Nora?
She was, she's into wearing caftans.
Into wearing what?
You know, caftans.
Oh yeah.
What caftans?
Big bellowy sort of dresses.
Right.
And, yeah, I used to sit on the floor at home in front of the telly.
Sure.
She was on the chair behind.
Yeah.
She did a bit of a, sort of a Sharon Stone scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
There was no underwear.
No.
What age were you?
What was it like?
What age were you?
It was like a ripped tennis ball. So.
What? Right, we're off air. We're off air. Either that or put us in for the Sonys.
Yeah, no, because I read it and kind of started having sort of memories of Auntie Nora again.
Yeah.
Because she used to always, like,
Now, Auntie Nora is the woman
Who farted for 5 minutes.
she had wind for 5 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But she also, she used to say, oh, Carl, rub me back. Right. And, with her being quite old, it was all sort of mouldy and warty.
It was mouldy.
No,
Mouldy.
sort of mouldy.
Mouldy. Right.
And what did you do?
I didn't like it. I hated it, in
It
fact.
was like reading a braille book.
Yeah.
It was like putting your hand in a load of Cocoa Pops.
Oh, dear.
All really big brown things. And I just thought framing hers would be sort of 3D-ish.
Right. Yeah. What's that, a chunk of the moon? No.
Yeah. Did you Artex that wall?
Yeah.
That's
That's Auntie Nora.
That's Auntie Nora's back. Oh God!
Any piece of your body, Carl, that you'd ever leave behind? for
That's
posterity?
disgusting. Putting your hand in some. Is she the one with the split tennis ball when she wasn't wearing
Shut
knickers?
up.
That's the one.
No, let's not discuss the tennis ball.
Okay.
So she used to get you to sort of knead her dough on her back.
God, this
But-
is really bad.
But like, what
don't.
would she with her dress or whatever? Or
She wore those sort of squid-looking things that
Sorry, what?
what? Those squid looking.
Hey, it's Auntie Nora cobbling octopuses. What are you talking about? What do you mean
It's
she wore?
it's like a nightgown type thing,
But
but
what's squid got to do with it?
because it sort of looked like a squid around the edge.
Oh, I know, frilly things. Yeah.
And she just said, "Oh, I'm aching there." Oh. She was never well. She was never. Do you know what I mean? She's always had something wrong with her. I don't ask her how she is. 'Cause it's just like she's not going to be all right.
Did she have wind when you were sort of neat? It must have been like playing an accordion.
Yeah, get a little tune going.
Oh, who's your auntie with the tattoos?
That's Hazel.
Oh right, yeah.
Let's leave that.
Why?
Oh, let's
Why?
not talk about
Well, leave it. What have I come across there?
What's up with Auntie Hazel?
What's up with Auntie Hazel?
There's nothing wrong with her.
What?
It's just a
What?
just a lesbian, which is nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, but you've made it sound like there is now by not wanting to say it. My aunt is a
I
lesbian.
know what you're saying, though. I know what you're getting at. Just because I call her Uncle Hazel.
Play a record.
He's from Manchester. Please forgive him.
Carl's back. He's cheering up a little bit because I think he's vented his spleen a little bit on cities around the world that aren't as good as Manchester. So, is any of your family left in Manchester? Because they all moved away, didn't they? You came here. Your dad's moved to Wales, for Christ's sake. Well, your family are all around the... Brother joined the army to get anywhere. Just take me anywhere.
We don't know where he is.
His sister's moved away, so no
Ireland.
one... Yeah, there you go, you see? So, that's just one family. That's one family who love Manchester.
Exactly.
Alright?
Tell you what, Steve.
Go on.
Look what I did find out in the week.
Yeah.
World record, right? Person with the longest trump.
With the longest what?
Wind. Fart.
Right.
Right? 2 minutes 42 is the world record.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I'm immediately thinking about a relative of yours who I'm sure did longer than
Who
that.
still lives in Manchester.
Auntie Nora.
Now, Auntie Nora did it for 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Starfight for 5 minutes. But, unfortunately, she was the only person in the room. Whereas I think, which one's alive, Ross or Norris McWhirter?
I don't know, actually.
He has to be there.
Yeah, I think he actually has to
He'd
be
have
present.
to be there.
Would you want to be there?
Well, he'd have sort of equipment, and looking at his watch, going, finish, you go, yeah, he goes, well, that was 4 minutes,
Did she
59
go from like a
seconds.
size 10 to a size 6? Did
Just
she show some old dresses?
like a hovercraft.
Exactly.
In a big dress.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
slightly off. Yeah. So, it has to be invigilated.
But again, you know, how was the Guinness Book of World Records one invigilated? I mean, who was supervising that? Who was
He
monitoring
said,
that?
I can fart for 2 minutes. They went, well, we've got to see this. Went round. And, he just probably let it rip. It's probably circular breathing. He's probably sort of sucking in air and swallowing it as he's going. And it's a continuous one, isn't it? It's not like, yeah.
I mean, you know, that's how Nora's happened. Me Auntie Nora. She had a little bit of wind. It went on for like 2.5 minutes.
Sure.
That's when she called me Mum.
As it was still going on.
And said, there's something not right here.
I'm
And,
leaking.
She said, oh, can you send your dad round? You know, my dad.
Yeah.
Sent to me Mum.
With a cork.
And,
With a lighter. I think this would be the best one
I want
ever.
to show the kids something.
he said, I'll be there in a bit, get the windows open. But what it was down to, because I was talking to
Is
my
she
mum
the
and
one
dad
with the
about
split
it.
tennis ball?
Yeah.
Can we
I was
not talk about that again?
I was talking to my mum and dad about it, saying, you know, why do you think it happened and that? And it's because she never chucks food away, right? And she'll sort of mash it all up. And she's got all these ice cream tubs in the fridge that are just full
Cabbage
of, like,
water.
old, mashed up food.
Really?
And she prepares everything. Right, she doesn't work, she's retired now, she's got nothing to do all day, but everything's got to be ready
Still
for
calls
her.
in sick.
Do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be done. Even though, if you're going round to her house, and you're going there for tea, it's like, what time are you coming? And it's like, well, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, you're
Well, no,
late,
I need
because
to
you're
know,
late
I
when you
need
have to
to
meet
know.
us at 5 or 6.
Do you know what I mean? That's
But
what...
so, when you say she mashes up food, she literally takes the remnants of a dinner, could be sort of some...
anything.
And just smashes it all up into a...
Yeah.
And then what does she do with it?
Put it in the fridge, and she's got in the fridge, it's like January, February, March, she's got all these ice cream boxes that are just full of...
But she doesn't... She reheats it and eats it.
Oh, then she,
I
puts it in
thought
a
she was
pan.
just keeping it as a
No, no, no,
souvenir
no.
of each meal she'd had.
No, put it in a pan, warm it up.
Oh,
And that's
for
what it
taste.
is, it's just...
A lot of vegetation, is it?
Yeah.
Why does it only happen once, or does she save it up once a year, just let it go?
I don't know. Well, she is mad, she's...
Yeah, she sounds potty.
She doesn't answer the phone anymore in case there's a burglar. Checking if she's in. It's like, well, answer it and then they'll know you are in and they won't come round.
Yeah.
Mental.
Well,
Mental.
they can't be sure then, can they?
What do you mean?
Well, if there's no, okay, well, maybe it's someone just... They are in, but they're hiding, whereas if Auntie Nora goes, it's Auntie Nora. We can she'll be farting. We can sneak in when she does a loud one. Because we'll be aware to tell you, what's stopping it? It's got a valance round it, it's got caught on the cap. Alright, Carl's had a bad week. I'm gonna say it straight away. He tries to rule out stress in his life.
Yeah.
But he's had a bit too much stress this week, haven't you? One, a phone call from his mum, stressed him a little bit.
Right.
Something he said in a magazine about his auntie. Came back to haunt him.
Auntie Nora?
Auntie Nora, yeah.
Don't name her.
Oh,
She knows who she is.
No. Okay, we won't name her, right? We'll just say it's the one who farted for 5 minutes, and as he saw a skirt when he was young, and I found it like a split tennis ball.
So it could be any of me aunties.
So other stressful things.
So anyway, what's the Auntie Nora thing? Sorry, Auntie X.
Auntie X.
What did she? Why is she upset?
Well, he mentioned her in Zoo. He did this thing for Zoo magazine, and he mentioned about when he looked up her dress. She had a
by accident. Remember?
I'm not suggesting you were going around looking up your elderly relatives' dresses in case they weren't wearing.
For people who've not heard Karl talk about this in the past, just explain quickly again what we're talking about.
Right.
He didn't want to talk about it at all.
When I was a kid, right, Auntie Nora used to come round. My auntie used to come round.
As if there's any ambiguity now. Yeah.
My auntie used to come round and stay, right? And I'm sat on the floor watching the telly, right? She's sat on the sofa with a caftan on. I turn round, right, and it was there.
It was looking back
at me, right? And we've mentioned this, and Ricky sort of said, what did it look like? And, you know, a split tennis ball came to mind. That's what we talked about, right? So anyway, Zoo magazine, when they did the interview...
And she's the one that used to put a valance on everything, isn't it?
Well, not everything, obviously. So anyway, so I've done this...
So you did interview in Zoo?
Yeah, and like they said, you know, it was like, you know, do you plan stuff and do you worry about stuff when, after you've done the show, you worried you've upset anyone? And, you know, I was saying, really, I forget people are listening. And, you know, we're just having a chat with mates and that. I said, but now and again, I do worry, when I'm on my way home from the show and that, and I'm thinking about what we've talked about. And I was saying, you know, the Auntie Nora incident.
Yeah. Incident! Like Watergate!
Yeah.
And, anyway, so this was in there, right? And I was saying in the magazine, you know, but I think I got away with it. She doesn't listen to the show, but, you know, and I don't think she reads Zoo magazine, so...
She's more of a nuts woman. Sure, yeah.
So, anyway, so my mum calls up the other week, right? And she goes, wish you wouldn't, you know, talk about Auntie Nora and that. And, I was like, oh, so how do you know about that? She goes, well, one of your cousins have called us up and said they've read the article about it. So yeah, that's why we don't want to talk about it, really.
So he stitched you up.
So do you know what Auntie X has made of this? Do you know if she was upset or not?
Well, she doesn't know about it.
Because, I mean, maybe she's always thought it looked like a split tennis ball. Maybe you're just in sync, you know, because you're relatives and stuff. Maybe she knew instantly. Even if you hadn't named her, she'd have thought, hang on, I farted for 5 minutes once.
Yeah, that's not going to be ambiguous,
well
is it?
Be me.
If you hear like someone who farted for 5 minutes and's got found like a split tennis ball, you're going to go, I wonder if he means me. Yeah. You're going to remember
or
that.
Auntie Jackie. It could be Auntie Jackie.
Oh, God.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is running it down again!
Yeah, this is where we read extracts from Karl's diary. We've had to wrestle it from him. He's never happy, but, you know, that's the way it goes when you're doing, a show as popular as this. And I'm going straight now to this entry. My mum phoned and said that my Auntie Nora, classic Auntie Nora, wanted me to look on the internet to find out what the weather will be like in Spain at the end of November. I don't know where she gets her money from. 2 months ago, she was asking me dad how much it would be to get her back garden astroturfed, because she's sick and tired of the grass getting out of
What does she want to do? Start a football team? What does she want a back garden astroturf?
She likes the sort of green look, but she doesn't like the headache that comes with it, so she's just looking into getting that false grass put in there.
Brilliant.
Don't know how much it is.
They always say when you get someone a present, you should buy them something they wouldn't buy themselves. Daft rule. I want something I would buy myself if I had the money. When I was young, me Auntie Nora got me a present I wouldn't buy myself. It was a t-shirt with her face on.
When are you going to say cut? It's a long way this, I've only got little legs.
We hide.
Still fucking
No, it's not fair. Don't.
It's not fair. He hasn't looked round.
I'm going to call Carl.
Look, now you're winding me up, I'm sure you
He
are.
definitely gets to the end. What's he going to do?
Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't think I ever let her down in the bedroom department. You know, I'd like to think that I always satisfied and
Sorry, I'm out of character here. I couldn't do that.
as far as I'm concerned, you know, I gave it 110%. You know, every time. Quality job.
It was good. It was good. I was in trouble earlier.
Quality job.
I was in trouble earlier than you.
He ticked the air. Quality job. Oh!
Do that again.
Okay.
Right, count there. Oh my god.
Oh, God. So childish. God.
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gonna bring it down to the...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo.
Now you're such a...
Met Suzanne at Euston Station. I said I would sort out the tea tonight, so I called the curry house. The fella couldn't understand me. I asked for 2 poppadoms. He kept saying, how many? I kept saying 2. He still couldn't understand. I said 1 more than 1. He understood. When we picked up the food and took it home, there were 5 poppadoms in the bag.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. There is a restaurant somewhere that sells knobs to eat.
No, there's not.
There is.
No, there's not.
No, there is.
It says that women can't eat too many of them, and if you want a seal's knob for dinner, you have to book in advance.
Right, it's gobbledygook. This is the ramblings of a madman again.
It's a trend, he writes. It won't last long. It'll be like hummus. Called Ricky and asked what the difference is between the mind and the brain.
Yeah, he did.
That's a hell of a phone call to get.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Ricky did explain, but I can't remember what he said. I wondered at what age you are when the mind kicks in. Okay? Ricky changed the subject and said there is an island called Spider Island. There's nothing but spiders on it. A bloke went to visit the island and said there was 1,000 types of spider in one tree.
What do you think about that? What do you think of an island that's just full of spiders?
I don't know, because you need spiders. I don't know what they do, but they say a world without spiders, like, wouldn't be good. But they sort of do something. There's something about if you did get rid of them all, it would have an effect.
Well, of course it would. Get rid of anything, it would have an effect.
Not everything, though. Like I've said, you know, jellyfish and what have you.
Well, no.
It's 97% water or something.
Yeah.
So how much are they doing? Just give them another 3%, make them water. That's more useful.
Give them another 3% and make them water. Oh, God.
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? A little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here? What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, "Oh, come round to us," and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living underground?
He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because you read things, but, it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
Do that in a cinema. Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the Congo.
We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there are bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They love getting off it, and they fall down and they're drunk, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction. Like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that, and then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed, and they've got guard bees, and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah, they sort of are, right? And they push them away, and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough, and they give it a good hiding. And Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face, but I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling around his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
And the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away,
Yeah.
move away.
You're not coming in, all right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know.
Fly.
Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells them you're not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, oh, what are we doing? Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying
It's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot.
I was thinking the other day about, your body and everything, because it is amazing, isn't it? How it works.
Oh, yeah.
Does the brain control you, or are you controlling the brain? I don't know if I'm in charge of mine.
Nor do I,
There's
Karl.
a surprise.
Nor do I, Karl.
No, do you know what I mean, though, by that?
Does the brain control you, or do you control the brain?
Don't you ever sort of think sometimes, say if you're making...
But you are the brain.
No, but I was making a shopping list, right? Going, right, I need some rice, kidney beans, and I thought I had everything, and I sort of was rolling up the paper, and then something went, oh, an onion.
Your brain did
something
that.
went, an onion. Was it Suzanne?
No, well, my brain sort of went, you forgot something.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd forgot. I was
No,
putting
you
that-
are your brain.
No, but don't you understand? My brain was I was in control of my brain when I was writing down rice and kidney beans.
But you're not in charge of the onion. That's another part of the brain that's in charge of the onion.
The onion sector.
No, but I'd put the paper away, putting my coat on, ready to go and get the rice.
Yes, but your onion lobe kicked in.
What? So you put the paper in your pocket, you got the coat on, then you just suddenly hear
Then
from
it
nowhere,
was just like
onion.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking about that shopping list. It's in my pocket. I'm thinking, do I need my gloves? It's cold out.
Yeah.
Suddenly, onion. And it was like, oh yeah, onion. Yeah, I had to get the paper out.
You
So
had
what
to
I'm
write that
saying
down.
is,
But
who's in charge?
The brain, the mind. The brain is the. What are you doing? Who's in
That's
charge?
just you forgot the onion, and then you remembered the onion. You must have forgotten things in the past.
No, but not like that. Not where, like, it just made me think that was weird. Who reminded me of that?
You did.
Yeah, but I'm not.
No, you are your brain. It's not like there's you, then there's a brain, then there's an extra one looking down at it. Oh, the meta brain, the thing above it.
No, but your brain. How does your brain work? You give it information, don't you?
Well, it takes.
Do you mean you give it information?
Well,
If I sat in a room with nothing, not feeding it anything, it wouldn't know anything.
No, but there's this thing
But
that there's
then-
two yous. It's this thing that there's this.
Carl and Carl's brain.
Yeah, there's not a duality in this. If you go, come on, now think. That's the brain saying that to itself. It's not. There's not two people in there having an argument. Come on, brain. And the brain's going, oh, don't you start, I was thinking then. And the other thing's going, brain, onion. And the brain goes, Carl, onion. You are your brain. If you are anything, you are your mind, your brain, your collection of memories, your personality. You're not what you look like. Does that answer your question, Carl? What did you think of then? You were thinking of a tortoise on a skateboard then when I did that last sentence, weren't you?
I could eat a knob at night. I could eat a knob at night. I could eat a knob at night. Do you know what I mean? I watch it. I like those little trial bits, right? But what I don't think people realise is, right, it is hard eating a little kangaroo knob. Right?
Really? How do you know?
No, it's just, you know, you think about it and you go, oh, I couldn't do that, right? But what they never mention on the TV programme, which I think takes it to the next level, right? They're eating that at like 7:30 in the morning.
Sure. Right.
Which is worse, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? If I was there and Aunt Deck said, right, Carl, eat the knob, I'd go, hang on a minute, gives a few hours, let me get some rice and that on my belly, and just sort of fill me up a little bit more. I'll pop back at about 6:30 this evening.
Right.
I'll be ready. And I'd be happier then. It's just that thing of, you know, you
don't want to get animal genitals on and then do something.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying like I could eat a knob at night, but
Just cut that there. We'll loop that.
sleep and not at night. Do you know what I mean? All right.
Questions for Karl, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there.
Yeah.
The questionnaire that is often featured at the end of the TV programme Inside the Actor's Studio. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Is that how it works?
Oh.
No,
What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, I don't know. You hear so many other things that you have to go through other gates. I can't imagine him being on the door, is what I'm saying. If he owns a place, what's he doing there? He could put anyone on it.
It's St. Peter, isn't it, who's normally minding the gates, famously.
Right, so it's him asking me.
OK, well, let's say it's St. Peter.
No. You go through the gate. Peter goes, "Oh, you're expected. He's got an appointment. We're going through to God. Go through a few doors. Go up top floor. Right past the executive washroom into his big office. Okay, that overlooks the universe."
So what?
So you've gone in to see God. It's an audience with God. You've died. You've gone to heaven. And what would you like God to say to you at that point?
Probably just say, you've done well and that in your life. You never did anybody any harm. So, welcome to heaven. Any problems, give us a shout. Here's a little layout of like a little map. It's kind of like.
I love this. This is a great answer. And my favourite one is, "You never did anyone any harm." That's great. That's a brilliant thing for God to say.
Yeah.
So hang on, he's giving you a little map.
So he's giving you a little map of the area. It's
And
big.
he'll sort of say, this is where you go for this is where you go for that. I'd probably ask him about the ghost situation. I'd say, am I now a ghost then? Or is this just like another planet that I've come onto?
Right.
I don't know if he'd answer that. I don't know if he'd be sort of a bit
cagey.
Yeah, a little bit like, well, I don't want to panic you and stuff. I'd say, right, is it right that I can see past family and that? Because to be honest, I'd probably prefer to stay away. No, but because the thing is, if you've done I've done all that in this life, so it's about moving on to another life and meeting different people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? It's just like the same all over again, but everywhere's white. I mean, I don't know if it is like
this. Do you think God would like this podcast?
Well, I suppose it just kills half an hour, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, but time's not a problem for him, is it?
Yeah, it is, because he lives for ages, so he needs loads of filler. I bet he's, doing stuff that he's just like, I'm not really into this, but it's something to do, isn't it?
Sudoku and stuff.
But I think there'll be just as many problems up there as there is here, because at least people are leaving here, whereas up there, that's the thing that I'd be worried about the most, actually, that it's really crowded. Because it's years and years of dead people, isn't it? London does me head in. Up there, it's going to be well busier than that.
David Bowie, Slow Burn, yeah. Quite a Eno trilogy feel about it. Lodger and sort of low type, yeah. But, yeah.
Enjoyable.
Now, okay. That's stressful, isn't it? I think we've got things working now. We've had people coming in and out, just shaking their head going, shouldn't have bought that desk. But it's all sorted now, I think. And,
you notice how it took, about 25 minutes for them to come down as well, though? Do you feel like we're maybe quite low in the pecking order in the building?
Definitely.
It's like Capital First, Capital Gold. They can shoot off to other sort of pirate stations. People's car radios, then they come back here.
Oh, dear. Oh, I had a job at Richard Sounds. Light fitting was buzzing. Now, but we've got... thanks for staying, listening. Right, okay, educating Ricky. What have we got? Airy Chinese Kid, go on.
Right, yeah. This is the... I didn't want to do this.
What do you mean you didn't want to do it?
Well, I wanted to give you three, and I gave you one. It was like the alien man gets a beard or whatever.
Yeah, which was total rubbish, so this one should be better, maybe.
Hairy Chinese Kid. Right, well, we've talked about hairy people in the past.
True enough.
Aren't we?
Yeah.
The little kids who grew up in woods and hung around with wolves and that.
Yeah, again, you're confusing it. Yeah, they're not... there were some people that were born... very hirsute. They were not the people who were brought up with wolves.
Yeah.
You just put that together in your
Homer Simpson type mind.
Right, well, this is like a sort of close to that sort of story.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is, right, Chinese people aren't that hairy as a nation. No, seriously, that's a well-known fact. They don't have that much body hair and stuff.
Okay.
So this little kid who was born over there, he was like covered in stuff.
Was he?
And it was only his nose that wasn't hairy. The rest of his body was caked in hair, right? And his hair sort of
What
grew.
sort of hair was it? Was
thick hair.
No, what I mean is, was it sort of like a pony's mane, so he just looked like an Ewok? You know what I mean? Just like hanging down sort of straight, dark hair.
In the picture, it looked like it grows from his eyebrow. It grows from his eyebrows quite thick, and then it just goes all the way over his head.
You don't think it was just really long eyebrows that he'd done a comb over?
No, it was all over his body. It had a picture of like his back and that.
Yeah.
And
Had he styled it? Had he styled it at all? Did he have it in a quiff or?
no, it was just
hanging everywhere.
all over him.
Yeah.
And they were like, you know, this is a bit weird happening in China, where we're not normally that hairy.
That was the scientist speaking there.
Yeah.
And the local press and that were getting him down, calling him Monkey Boy and all this.
Oh,
And
thinking Chinese press.
but the doctor,
Yeah. Oh.
They're cruel, aren't they? It's like those game shows.
well,
That's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool though. Yeah.
and the doctor said,
I was talking through all that time while we were just like talking to each other then. Because I turned round and I still saw he was talking. Go on.
So anyway, the local press came in to see the hairy boy, the monkey
yeah,
boy.
and they were like being tight, taking the mickey out of him, and the doctor said,
Throwing him nuts.
said he's only hairy. Said he's a healthy young kid. The only faults he's got is he's got a little bit of eczema and a boil. And he said everybody should just treat him the same, and I think he grew up a healthy kid. Yeah, so that's the
That's
the end of the story.
That's not a story.
why.
But I've got nothing. I don't know what to say to that. So someone in China was born slightly hairier than the rest, and he was normal apart from eczema and a boil. That to me isn't a story. But if it is, I've got a million. I mean, it's sort of like bloke from Manchester went a bit bolder than the rest, got a job on radio. He was normal. I mean, that's not a story, is it? Do you know what I mean?
All right then. No.
Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news, earlier than usual.
I'll have to save this link now. Monkey news. We've done a lot of stuff, right, on monkeys, and most of it has been
Is bollocks.
no, has been like happy stories.
Oh, is this it's not. Is this gonna be like our tune? Our monkey tune. Simon Bates, and welcome to our monkey tune.
No,
Go on.
but do you know what I mean? We've done stuff about a monkey that robbed a bank.
Yeah. Why is that happy?
He had a great life after that. Right.
What, in Marbella?
Yeah. Right. We did the one who saved someone's handbag in a railway station.
We've had a lovely marriage, couple of marriages.
Couple of marriages.
Couple of monkey marriages.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the one who got a job in a railway station.
Yeah, the hairdresser.
The one who set up a business in Spain.
I don't even remember that one. But, I'm willing to believe that happened. Go on then, Carl.
But anyway, yeah. So today's isn't that happy really. It's about some monkey. I think it was a chimp.
Who's an ape? Go on.
It tried to. I mean, the story set us off at a sort of a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's something about he went to Russia to do some business.
What are you talking about, Carl?
It jumped past that bit though. It didn't start there.
What are you...
Do you know what I mean? It didn't tell you what he was doing. It just said, "There's this monkey. He went to Russia
to do some business,
I know.
do some stuff.
I don't know.
Bit of monkey business." And anyway, didn't work out.
So, they were furious. We wanted a surgeon. You send us a monkey.
Anyway, ended up being homeless.
Oh
No,
so
joking.
what's taking a turn for the worst?
What? Couldn't even get into like a tree hostel or anything like that.
That's the problem. And
God.
ended up homeless. Got in with some tramps.
I don't know where to start.
Come on.
Yeah, so he's knocking about with some tramps and stuff. You know, sharing drink and what have you around a little fire. They broke into some home, not sort of squatted.
Right, so not homeless anymore.
Problem was, yeah, he had a roof over his little area he had.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, this is good. This is, we're having a good time. This is sorting me out.
Yeah.
He had his
He said
mate.
that in Russian, though.
What was he eating?
I don't know. It didn't say. But they're in this house.
Well, he could only be eating sort of like fruit, nuts, vegetables. I mean, they classically sort of don't eat pork pies and.
But they've got
drink
McDonald's
coffee.
in Moscow now, so
sure,
he probably turned down on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, there was a bust.
What?
There was a bust in the flat that they were squatting in. All the other tramps sort of knew what was going on, legged it, left little chimps out there, got arrested. And they thought it was a real fella at first. They were like, get him, he's obviously just a scruffy bloke who hasn't had a shave and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't shaved his back for a while.
Or his face.
Yeah.
His head.
Got him down the station, and the boss was like, what's going on here? We've got a monkey here. He was like, what? So you've arrested a monkey?
Well, so the arresting officers hadn't noticed all the way to the station that he kept slipping out of the handcuffs and was going for the entire journey. They didn't notice till they got there. What, did they put a hood over his head maybe and just like,
I don't know. I'll give you the story if you want. There's the headline.
What is it? What's the headline, Steve? I don't want to see it, but...
The headline, this is once again from supposedly reputable news organisation Ananova, homeless monkey arrested in Russia.
Did you read on, or did you see the headline and make up that whole story?
Most of it is there.
What isn't there? What bit isn't there then?
No, I think Steve can have a look over it, check it out and stuff.
Point out the embellishment for me, Steve, will you?
Well, what it doesn't say is that the police didn't realise it was a monkey.
That's what I was guessing. Really? That they got it back and said, what are you doing? We've got a monkey here. And they go, yeah? Yeah. Oh, God.
There's some more monkey problems in the week. Have you seen the Alfords advert with monkeys in?
No.
There's a new advert out for Alfords, selling bikes and stuff.
Yeah.
Got some monkeys in it. It's caused an uproar.
Why?
People are saying it's, dressing them up in tracksuits and that is,
taking the mickey out of Manchester.
It's not nice for the animals and that. So there's been loads of complaints about it.
Will they get a free bike or something, do they, I imagine?
I think they kept the tracksuits.
Yeah.
Shall I record
that's the
after
thing
this
now.
cheeky freak of the week?
No, I'm just saying we're not doing this to sort of, again, take the mickey out of the animals and stuff. These are true stories and that. But yeah, coming next, freak of the week.
Picture on when I was on the plane coming back from here, there was a picture of this new luxury hotel. It'll be, I think, $10,000 a night to stay there. It looked extraordinary. It was a hotel, and the best rooms were built under the water, under the sea. Wow. So it was the best hotel we've ever seen, but surrounded on all sides by glass, and out of it you could see the sea, the sharks, the fish.
I don't think I'd like that.
No?
But that, again, that's just one of them hotels where it's over the top for over the top sake, isn't it? Like where they have 12-course meals. Well, just have 2 but make them bigger, rather than dragging it out and there's the first course. A couple of
snails.
Yeah, it's just for me all that is.
Don't eat a snail. Don't have one snail. Eat one big tortoise. If you want slow food, don't have loads of little snails. Here, there's a giant tortoise. Tuck into that. Feeds 10. But it's what you were saying before. When you start having to take a risk with food, like the fish that can kill you if you eat it, don't bother. There's apparently a delicacy in Japan, again, someone could verify this, where they eat a live little octopus. And it can stick to your throat because it's obviously fighting for its life. I mean, good. Again, you don't need to eat a live octopus. What are you thinking? How cruel is that?
Well, how fresh do you need your food? It's not, do you know what I mean? But I always remember this story when I was a kid about some bloke who, bit sad, this story, but weird. He had throat cancer, right? And his doctor said, carry on with your life, right? It's not going to be that good, but just carry on. But don't eat meat. And he was like, oh, I love meat. He's like, yeah, but just don't, have your veg, plenty of vitamins and stuff, keep yourself strong, but don't be eating that anyway. He was fed up because he loved his meat, and his wife was feeling a bit sorry for him one day, and thought, I'm sick of him looking fed up and that, all he wants is some meat, for God's sake, give him some meat. So she goes to the butcher's, gets him a big piece of, like, steak and what have you. He can't believe it, he's like, oh, brilliant, cheers for that. Anyway, he's got the meat on his plate, just about to tuck in, and the cancer comes out from his throat.
What?
No, I know, it sounds really weird, but it's something that I was told about years ago when I was growing up.
What are you talking about?
It was just some bad illness, some cancer thing, and it was coming out waiting for the meat. It was sort of dying.
Again, a lot of your medical knowledge is from
the film Alien.
So this guy with throat cancer, okay, as opposed to it being a disease of the cell.
It was like a living.
The alien.
So it was the animal. It was the little animal cancer.
That's why
what
he
are you
wasn't allowed to
talking
eat
about?
meat. He wasn't allowed to eat meat.
So it's sitting there. So it's actually sitting there and so. I'll tell you what I'd have done if I'd have had some cancer in my throat. I'd go, there you go, rid of that. What are you talking about? So what happened?
He choked to death on this thing, and the wife was like, "Oh, I shouldn't have given him the meat after all." Just
that's a bollocks story.
It's all. There's loads of weird stuff like that that happens in medical stuff.
Well, the terrible thing is, if you got testicular cancer and you eat meat, your bollocks come out of your trousers, and they're all over the plate, and you have to be asked to leave the restaurant.
The other thing that I was told when I was younger about medical stuff and that.
Who's telling you this stuff?
My mum told me about it.
Jeez.
Because she always says to me dad, because he has too much meat, and she's always like,
Remember the
fellow with the
troll in his throat.
But my gran, she had something wrong with her eyes, and they sort of took them out, and they were just dangling on her cheek, and she could still see through them. They were operating on her.
Oh, yeah, you would have, yeah.
They sort of say...
No, she wouldn't have been conscious, though.
No, they were then, because it's something to do with the eyes, and it's like... No, it's no good operating on eyes if your eyes are asleep.
What do you mean, your eyes are asleep?
It's like a heart, isn't it? You want to keep them awake.
No,
so keep
what do you mean
open.
you want to keep them awake? What, heart surgery is blokes awake? Stop talking shit all your life.
What I mean is they don't stop the heart. They sort of...
They don't stop your heart because it kills you.
Yeah, I know. So what I mean is it's like the eyes. They wanted to make sure they were working. So the only way to do it is keep her awake.
No, it's not, because you don't know whether they're working or not. You can't see what she sees. What do you think? You can plug something in and see what people are thinking.
It was something like that.
No, it wasn't something like that.
Well, she could see. She said it was really weird. How, like, you can see...
She could see her knees.
That is bollocks. Oh, chimpanzee, that is only gone and written it down, the little...
That's the jingle for Karl's diary, excerpts of which we read each week. Get straight into it. A band from the Conga have won the Best Newcomers in a Radio 3 competition. They use pots and pans for instruments. It says that the Conga is a poor, sad place. So why do people do that happy dance at the end of parties called the Conga?
Right, one is the Congo. There's no place called the Conga. They come from a place called the Congo. Where do you come from? Okie dokie. It's a terrible place that we don't know whether we put our left leg in or our right leg in. Sometimes we shake it all about.
We're not sure if we should.
But Conga! Fucking hell, you're such a...
Went into the gadget shop today. It's full of stuff that we don't need. Gadget used to be a good word that made you think of James Bond with all his gadgets. The best thing I could find in the shop was a clock that ran on potatoes. We are definitely going backwards.
I agree. Well, who cares about that? A little electrical impulse, so what?
Had a night out with old schoolmate. Found out about more of the other lads I went to school with. One is living underground.
What do you mean living underground? Not like a mole. Do you mean he's got a basement, or do you mean he digs a hole every night?
My mate went to visit him and he said it had been raining really heavily and that, and it's all the rain's running in.
What do you mean he went to visit him? He went down here. What's that? That's an hole in the ground. Yeah, come in.
He just said, "Oh, come round, see us," and he's living underground.
What do you mean he's living
He
underground?
wanted to be in the army, but was turned away, and that's the closest thing you can sort of.
How is that similar to
Oh,
being
that's
in the
exactly
army?
like the army. Yeah, where they teach you trades and engineering and
He's
flying.
happy. He's happy down there. He said it was really muddy and what have you. He said he won't be going back to visit him.
What's he got down there?
Just stuff, just like a sleeping bag, a lamp.
He's dug himself a subterranean cave.
Near my old infant school, they knocked it down because it was like a wreck. You'd be in the class and you could lean on the wall.
Yeah,
and your hand would go through it and stuff. And they knocked it all down, and I think that's when he was at his most happy, this bloke.
I believe this, though. I believe someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That doesn't shock me. Whether the tales I've heard of horses in houses and big-headed kids with webbed hands and feet, and him, I believe that someone he went to school with now lives in a hole. That isn't bizarre to me.
You spent far too long with him, if that, now you're just happy to accept.
I totally accept that. I'd be surprised if I walked round where he lived that there weren't more people living in holes. His dad wanted to throw his budgie on the fire.
True.
His budgie died, his dad said, let's throw it on the fire. I mean, his mum, what did your mum do when your budgie died?
She just was worried about the other bird that was left, so she made it a bit of company by getting a rock, getting a feather off the dead budgie, sticking it on the rock, putting it in the cage.
So, a man living in a hole is not that bizarre. Right, carry on.
I read me science magazine. Some things I learnt from the science magazine. Number 1, space is running out of space. We should stay out of the sea because shark attacks are up.
Yeah, probably 4 a year now.
Well, he just says here, we should just stop going in the sea.
Yeah.
There's no need for it.
Exactly.
Why is there no need for going in the sea?
Just because there isn't now, is there? We've got loads of land. So just, one or the other. We walked out of the sea. Now, this is what I mean about going backwards. We're getting back in it again. We came from the sea originally, now we're going back in it. Don't go in it. Unless you're in a boat.
The rules, according to Karl Pilkington.
The rules of Karl Pilkington.
Oh, God.
Did the podcast and then went for a walk round Manchester Square. Years ago, a woman lived round there who had a head like a pig. She was known as the pig woman of Manchester Square. That made me think if there were other pig-headed women knocking about London.
Do you know what I mean? Why was she nicknamed that? Why not just the pig-headed woman? That suggests to me like there was loads of pig-headed women, and that's the one of Manchester Square.
Right.
Well, no, it was more to do with identifying her, not amongst other pig-headed women, but go, have you seen the pig woman of Manchester Square? I.e., go down there and see the pig woman, it's in Manchester Square.
What happens if she's walked off from there, though, and you go, well, no, but I saw one on New Cavendish Street.
No,
the same woman?
She'll always come back if you rattle the feed.
Watched a film about Hitler. Didn't watch all of it as it was subtitled. Can't be doing with that. Asked Suzanne if cinemas are full of deaf people when they're showing subtitled films. She said, shh, I'm trying to watch it. I said, what do you mean, shh? It's subtitled, I can make as much noise as I want.
Yeah.
She's a lucky, lucky woman.
You must be a joy to watch a subtitled film. I mean, the concentration is up there already. I mean, it is hard to concentrate. It's not as easy as when you're hearing it, because, you read things, but, it's possible. If you had a buffoon going, I'm just going to sit here and make as much noise as I want, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point of that? I mean, it's possible, but why do that in a cinema? Just walk into a subtitled film and go, right, everybody, let's all do the conga.
Well, yeah, or during ballet. Ballet, they're just dancing. You don't need to listen to the words, just have a conversation. We're having our bathroom done. The bathroom man was round at 9 this morning. We weren't allowed to use the shower because it all had to be bone dry before we could use his waterproof filler. Not that waterproof, then. Went for a brew with Ricky. We talked about monkeys and how they are closer to humans than they are to apes, and how bees will drink cider to get off their heads. Now and again there is a bee that lets the drinking get in the way of the work, and other bees sting it to death. Blimey.
Yeah, well, there's bees. They love a drink, and they will drink pure alcohol. They drink 100%. They drink ethanol. I don't know why. They love getting off it and they fall down and they're drunk, right? A bee can take in the equivalent of 20 litres of wine, right? But some bees get addicted in the same sort of percentage as human addiction, like 10% of bees, they can't get enough of it. They take ethanol, they take cider apples and that. And then when they get back to the hive, they go in a bit pissed and they've got guard bees and they go, come on, we've all had a drink.
Bouncers.
Yeah. They sort of are, right? And they push them away and they push them away again. Then the next time they go, right, I've had enough. And they give it a good hiding. And Karl couldn't get over this. I saw his face
But I knew that he was thinking of that bee with sort of like eyes rolling round his head, a little bit belligerent with his jacket on backwards.
Yeah.
You know, and the bouncer going, come on, son, we've all had enough. Let's move away, move away.
You're not coming in, right? You're wearing trainers.
Yeah, you know, you're wearing 3 pairs of trainers, and I'm sick of it. You know.
But what I did find out, because I went home and went on the computer trying to find out about drunk bees knocking about, they're not actually meant to fly. It's only because they don't know.
Fly.
Well, no, but they're if they were told that you're not actually designed to fly, they wouldn't bother.
No, this is that thing that goes around that aerodynamically, on the face of it, looking at the size of the wings and the body proportions and everything, that it's a surprise that they can fly. Okay, it's not that no one's ever told them they can't, and as soon as someone tells them you're not meant to fly, they all fall out of the sky going, oh, what are we doing? Like in a cartoon.
No, but it's something about the confidence and that. At the moment, nobody's saying
it's nothing to do with the confidence. There is no such thing as confidence in bees. A bee never loses its nerve. That's not why it drinks. Because what are you drinking for? I'm just not confident anymore. There's no point to turn to the bottle. I can't go up there again. You're an idiot. Well, it's that time, isn't it?
What?
Rockbusters.
Oh, yes, the time that no one looks forward to.
Chimpanzee that, Rockbusters.
Right, so, gave you 3 clues last week, 3 cryptic clues. Some initials of a band or an artist you emailed in. Rob Harding got it, right?
Oh, nice work, Rob.
So, well done. The 3 clues, the first one was, RP for the initials, and the clue was steal that woman's flower, right? So that was a cryptic clue. The answer there is Rob Plant.
Rob
Plant.
I don't know who that is though. There's no artist called Robert Plant.
That's like Robert Plant. Robert
Plant.
Yeah, but you don't say that. You sort of go, oh yeah, I'm into it.
No, you do say it.
Have you got the,
it means like
album by Robert Plant. Yeah,
Robert Plant.
They wouldn't go what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Plant.
Are you saying rubber plant?
The second.
What are you saying there, Carl? Though
the second one was. It
doesn't work.
The initial was B, and then that was keep whacking the cooker with a stick, right?
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a stick. We pointed that out. Just keep whacking the cooker.
Keep whacking the cooker. Yeah.
That was B. That was beat oven.
Beat oven. I don't know who that is either. Is that a group?
Beat oven.
Is that the Beatles? Who's the Beat ovens?
Classical sort of stuff. Beethoven. Beethoven.
No, you said beat.
Again, they got it.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Just saying though. They got it.
It's bollocks.
Rob Harding got it.
No. Beat oven.
Yeah.
It's not Beethoven.
They got it.
Do you understand?
The last one, the initial was M, right?
I just want to know who Robert Plant is.
Don't be worrying about Robert. No.
Because it's not a name. He's not the one in Led Zeppelin, is he?
So M was the initial. The clue was Venice. It's all water, isn't it? How would you describe it? There's hardly any land, right? So
canal.
If there's hardly any land, right, it's more water. What sort of water would you get, right?
Wet.
And then what?
Wetville.
No, but just like water that in Venice. What sort of water is it? It's sort of
muddy.
Right? No, not
muddy waters.
No, but how would you describe Venice?
What's the
If there's more.
But what's the initial again?
M. If there's more
muddy waters.
If there's more sea than land, what would you say? Would you probably say there's sort of more of it is sea, isn't it? More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea.
More is sea. So that's the answer.
I don't know that.
Who is that?
Morrissey. Morrissey. So well done to.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
Well
it's ridiculous.
Done
that's the worst you've ever done.
It's ridiculous.
More is sea.
Right. If they're that shit, don't do it anymore.
So well done to Robert Harding. He's in London. Right, this week's there's another 3.
Oh
so,
God, we haven't even come to this week's. I forgot that.
Fuck, this is the last time we do this. Monkey News back next week.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, well, this is shit. This is pathetic. Really, it's making you look a bigger moron than you are. More is C. Robert Plant. They don't fucking work. Let's do Monkey News.
They're getting them right though. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Bit of shit.
Right. The first one, the initials ND. Right. ND. Who is it? Sing songs and that. Right. ND. The clue, that Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. So you've got to sort of imagine, why is it a Jamaican fella?
Yeah.
Right? That Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. ND. Second one, the initial is E. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. Right? It's a band or an artist again. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. And the last one, TR, the initials, TR, he's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. What I forgot?
What?
He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. So what I forgot?
And what's the...
TR for the initials, right? Email in podcast@rickygervais.com. We just pick a winner, sing you some stuff. That's Rockbusters. Right?
Well, that's end of another half hour of... Could I just say this? Absolute drivel.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
really more than ever.
I mean,
can I be honest with you now, Rick? I'm embarrassed to put my name to this week's show because of the amount of twaddle that has been spoken.
It's my name on it, which is the embarrassing. But you know, let's take the village idiot that is Karl Pilkington. It's his fault because I realised not only has he got an head like an orange, he's got a fucking IQ of an orange. So it's goodbye from me. I'm not saying my name. Goodbye from Steve Merchant.
Don't mention my name. Don't mention my
mostly
name.
Goodbye from Karl Pilkington.
Mainly his fault.
Next time on The Moaning of Life.
We've had the Iron Age, the Stone Age, this is the about age. I think you have to really get into the zone. People shouldn't be running the distances they're doing. He's balmy. We've got 2 courses. We're homeless. What have you done to your tongue? Have you seen that? That's like alien. If you're worrying about the wrinkles on your I'd say your life's pretty good.
All sample.
All of it?
All of it, please.
As much as I can. I don't know where it's going to go.
But only once, you know.
Yeah, don't worry then. Good. The camera's on you as well?
Yes, it's not rolling though.
No, it's not.
So
okay.
that's a bonus.
Oh, why not?
So your answer's not here? They will be featured or not?
You'll be able to hear them, but not see me.
Okay, all right, fine.
Nobody needs to see this. Sorry, Kate, do you mind sitting? That's all right. No, it's all right.
Thank you.
Is this all right? Good.
Right, yeah, we're running.
I'm happy we're rolling. So, Karl, against all odds and despite a fair few of your efforts, you are now a much-loved TV presenter, hugely popular. Millions of people love you. How are you coping with the fame element?
There isn't... I don't know what it is. I mean, nothing's changed here, you know, apart from car insurance going up and just being able to get a bargain in a shop. If you want to knock the price down, you can't do that once you're sort of known. People go, you made of money. I'm not. You can use this. That's the exclusives for you. I'm not made of money. Doing all right. I'm not moaning. I know people are having it tough.
You are moaning. You're moaning all the time.
I'm not
you never stop moaning. That's what you do. You only moan. That's your job. That's why this show's so good.
Well, you say you can't get a bargain. How much were those trainers?
Only 45 pence.
45 pence?
In
right.
Africa.
In Africa.
That's what he gave.
But look
That's
how far
what he
he had
gave
to
to
go.
someone who was selling some trainers in Africa.
Could have given them 50p.
He was over the moon with that.
Ricky and Steve, you knew him before he was famous. Has his head, while remaining obviously perfectly spherical, got any larger?
No, not at all. No, he's got. I suppose he's got slightly more militant in his old age. But that's funny because now we're coming up with things so extreme, so dangerous, so ridiculous, so annoying, but he won't back down because he doesn't want to give me the satisfaction of failing. So this second series is incredible. I mean, he's doing things that I never thought he'd ever do or we'd get him to do, but he does them. And, yeah, it's quite remarkable.
Like you were saying earlier, if we put some weird food down in front of you, you just eat it defiantly now because you don't want to give us...
Yeah, not a problem.
Nothing matters. He shows that people worry about the silliest things in the world.
That's what's changed. I can eat anything. Which is weird. Yeah, I can eat anything. So if it does all go tits up and I don't do a third series and I spend all my money, I know I'll survive. Because now, if I'm homeless, anything that's crawling about, I'll have it.
Could you eat a knob at night now?
I wish I never said that, honestly. It's the one thing I hate. What was it that David Baddiel said that time?
When you were saying we were having dinner and Carl was round and David Baddiel was round and Carl was going, I've done nothing. He's just on the radio, he's done nothing. And David Baddiel went, no, you did that song, Knob at Night. Oh.
Yeah, that's how I still feel. I don't feel like I've achieved anything that I'm really, really proud of. I would have done with this if it wasn't called Idiot Abroad, I think. But that's just a little bit of... You've tainted it a little bit.
But it's an ironic title, you're not
Yeah,
an
I
idiot.
don't like it, though.
Carl,
I don't like it.
Carl, you're a genius.
And I wanted to change it, and then Sky bosses are going, oh, it's established, we've got to stick with it. I thought, why?
Ricky says you're a genius, but you and you're obviously great mates, but you guys do give him a lot of stick about his physical appearance as well. Just from that particular screening, little bald Wookie, obviously head like a fucking orange. That's well known. Yeah. Shaved Mancunian idiot.
This is your life.
That's well known. That shouldn't be well known, should it?
No.
That shouldn't be well known.
Carl,
oh God,
Carl, this is your chance to get back, if you like. What phrases would you use to describe their physical appearance? Ricky first.
To be fair, though, I've had a go at you.
Yeah, but also I'd like to point out, it's Ricky who insults him. I don't call you names. I mean, I might sort of stand behind him and sort of cheer him on, like the worst kind of bully's mate.
Do you know what? I'm going to show you how good I am. I'm not even going to...
No, if you listen back on the old radio shows, he's always having a go at
He has a go. He said when he first met Steve, he said it was a shock. He said that first thing. He said, "Oh, that's a shock." So what do you mean? He said, "Well, I've never seen anything like it before." He's telling him to his face. Then he's putting on air that Steve's weird looking. Okay, so he started it.
But like in the same way that you've sent me on these trips to make me stronger, I think me saying that has done himself up a bit.
He has. No, he's.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
So in a way, you've made me a better person.
He went from a weird little goggle-eyed freak to sort of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. I suppose I have in a way. Thanks, mate.
Hang on, what was that picture from that used to be on the notice board in the kitchen at XFM?
It was your favourite, wasn't it?
It's the weirdest picture of you.
It was from The Guardian, and you know when they use the wide-angle lens to get everything in, you were on the edge of it, so your head was really distorted. It looked like someone had picked up Stephen Hawking by the legs and whacked him against a wall.
It was really weird.
Yeah. And he loved it. He used to go past to go and look at Steve.
Hey, listen, we were both in the Heat magazine Weird Crush. How did you get on?
He won. He came number one.
Did he win?
He won. Yeah.
I didn't even win, you see, so I got handed to Carl.
Yeah.
I lost
better though.
Who did I lose out to?
No, him. So he's
no,
weird.
It wasn't the same. No, it was different years.
Oh, was it? Wow.
Yeah.
Ricky, you're getting away with murder here, though. A goggle-eyed freak, their head like a fucking orange. Carl, give him both barrels. What phrase could you use to have a go at Ricky?
Have I ever lost it with you?
Pretty perfect, isn't I? I'm pretty perfect.
No, I don't think I sort of go with
good-looking, nice.
With names, I'll sort of go, you fucking knob. I don't think you can use that on ITN, but it's more that for me. I don't pick animals.
They make a special exception for me. They're allowed someone to call me a fucking knob. It's the only thing they said. It's actually handed down on parchment. Thou shalt not say fucking knob.
Not censor
unless it's against Ricky Gervais, the fucking knob.
When have I lost it with you and sort of got annoyed and told you something?
You haven't. You wanted me to call off the poster campaign. When I made that poster campaign, I said around the world, and there was everyone putting up posters of Karl Pilkington, world's roundest head.
Yeah.
And you asked me to stop it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. You thought it was demeaning.
Couple of quick ones. If you guys had cast Karl as a character in The Office back in the day, who or what would he have been? Sorry, I hope you don't mind me talking about you like that.
Who or what would he have been? Wow.
What?
What would he have been?
What would he have been? I mean, what am I meant to say? A bowling ball? What? Well, funnily enough, it's what a kid's bollocks. Well, his mum phoned him up and said, "Saw you on telly the other night." She thought he was in the office. It was just a bald bloke fixing my computer. He's going, "No, it was you." He's going, "It wasn't me. I'd know if I was in the office or not." Yeah.
That is the sort of job I would imagine you would be doing, though. You'd be fixing something, wouldn't you?
I'd probably be quite happy with it.
Sorting some problem out in the lavatories. Sort of quite a manual job, I reckon.
Yeah, maybe a courier that you come in.
Helmet's on.
Yeah, but it's a perfectly round. He wears a pink helmet, and they don't see the difference when he takes it off.
I've got to wrap up, but very finally, I don't know if you mind, I'm getting married next year, and wondered if you wouldn't mind giving a message or saying why you can't be there or something.
I don't go. I just don't go to weddings. Anyway, honestly,
I don't know you.
You're getting married?
Here you go. He loves a wedding.
Actually, can I use this as a...
That's annoying, isn't it? Steve's annoyed that he's got a girlfriend.
Of course I'm annoyed. Are there going to be any single women at this wedding?
You can come.
Yeah, answer the question.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll consider it.
It'd be best man.
Suzanne's brother's getting married, and I don't want to go. But if I use this, is this on the telly just saying, sorry I can't be there, you'll have a lovely time and everything, good luck with the future.
Say you're filming or something. Say you pretend you're filming.
Do you know what? That's the only thing that would make me do Series 3. If we can put it at the same time as that wedding.
Suzanne said you can get out of the wedding if you're doing a
well,
TV
she didn't.
show.
She sort of said, oh, you know, don't do it on purpose.
But if
I
you're
would,
filming...
honestly, I'd rather do another land dive than go to a wedding. I hate it. I've not got married because I hate them. It's not even... you know, I wouldn't go to your wedding.
What's your fiance's name?
Julia.
Julia. Just say... Congratulations, Julia.
All right, Julia, have a good day.
But you hate weddings?
I can't stand them. It's so forced fun. He's shit.
Well, I can't show this now, can I?
But I don't know why. How old are you?
29.
And what, was it your idea or was it Julia's
Yeah, my
idea?
idea, yeah.
Was it?
She's lovely, yeah.
I don't know why people rush into it. Honestly, I don't get it.
100 years ago, he'd be dead at 29. He'd have
But
9
not
kids.
now. And
He's
look at
not
you, you've got
rushing
a
into
good
it.
job. You're working for ITA and you can afford toasters and kettles and there's no reason to get married anymore. Unless you can have a kid without being married and that. You don't.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
I mean, that's not his request.
Are you paying for it or have you got your mum and dad?
A bit of both.
Well, no, probably her parents are paying for it.
They're giving a bit, yeah.
Yeah?
That's
Well,
how
a
it
bit.
works,
No, they're
isn't
meant to... Julia's dad's meant to stump
Yeah,
up.
he's supposed to stump up. If he's not, if he's watching this and he hasn't paid a penny towards it, what a stingy bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
And given that I'm there, I mean, I'll eat his lamb, but I'm not enjoying it. No,
What's the menu going to be?
Well, if he got any sense, he'd start with some kind of mozzarella salad.
Yeah.
He'd move on to a lovely bit of lamb. Everyone likes lamb.
Is there a fish dish?
Well, there's something for the veggies, but who wants to bother? There's probably one or two of them, you know, a little pasty in the corner. Oh.
Just move the lamb out the way.
Of course, yeah. And just have some of the veg that comes with the lamb.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking profiteroles or are you thinking like a trifle or what?
Thanks for asking, mate. It's more of a sort of, it's more of an eating mess they've gone for.
Really?
Yeah.
And is it sit down or sort of help yourself? What's the vibe?
Oh, sit down. This dude's not pissing about. This guy's not going with any buffet.
So hold on,
crap. He's got a band as well. If he's got only a DJ, then he is not the man I thought he was.
It's Stag Do. Where are you taking him? What are you doing? What have you organised?
We've gone to Prague. He slept with 14 prostitutes. They said was a record.
Those girls said it was a record. Is he just scraping it off, or is he?
No, he doesn't care. He don't care about Julia, whether she's getting it or not. He's had his end away in Prague. He don't give a damn.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
so there
congratulations.
We go. Yeah. Have a nice time.
That is beautiful. It is.
I'm about to embark on my my travels with Mr. Karl Pilkington for the short way round.
Warwick Davis talking about his latest project, a travel show with an idiot abroad star, Karl Pilkington.
It's going to be interesting, I think would be a word to describe that. I don't know what I'm getting into yet.
Well, if the rumours that have been circulating for months are to be believed, it's thought Karl's going to be on a bike with Warwick in the basket, but the actor refused to give away any more details. What he would confirm is more of Life's Too Short with Ricky Gervais.
We're writing a special at the moment for, I think probably for early next year. So a Life Too Short special. I can't tell you, it's terrific though. I can't tell you, but it's really, really great. Yeah.
Oh, Warwick, if you insist on being so secretive, no wonder the internet's rife with bike basket riding rumours.
Quizzes. What I did was, when I was on holiday...
Yeah.
Right, you said, you know, come up with a new idea, right? So the best way of coming up with ideas is sort of,
thinking.
Sort of nicking a TV show name and then twisting it a bit.
Yeah.
So...
Or just rip off Simon Mayo's idea completely.
That's good advice for anyone out there.
I didn't...
Yeah.
If you're interested in ideas.
Carl is presently running a course writing for TV. And that's the lesson 1, isn't it? Just rip something else off.
Just do an idea and change the title slightly.
Yeah,
well,
go on.
This one I haven't really got... I don't know what to do on the game, but I'm thinking, strike it, Ricky.
That's all you've got? That's what you've come up with. How long did that take?
Through.
What is that?
I just thought it sounded a bit like Lucky. Forget that one then.
Yeah, forget that one. Okay, yeah. Well, no, good. No, we all have hits and misses. Even Spielberg's, not all his films, you know, can hit the. Go on.
Right.
No, okay, no, it's a good. Go on. Yeah.
Do you remember Big Brother?
Yeah. Do I remember Big Brother? No, go on.
Big Mother, right? You call in. If your mum's heavy, you win a CD.
What do you mean? How can you prove that?
Alright, forget that. Right, ER, here's one.
Right, ER? Good one.
No.
Yeah, no.
The Price is Right, remember that?
Yeah.
Right.
The Price is Ricky?
No. The Rice is Right. And what I do, I read from an Indian menu and a Chinese menu. You tell me whether you have pilau or egg fried.
He's a genius, isn't he? He really is a modern...
that one.
Go on then. Go into that. Let's go into this one. Let's not cross this off right away. Go on then. You read from what?
Well, I'll get a couple of menus from like an Indian and a Chinese takeaway.
Yeah.
And I'll go like, chicken korma.
Well, could I just suggest that, as it's an Indian, it'll be pilau, and anything you read out that is...
Yeah, but you don't know which one I'm reading from.
What, the chicken korma's Indian, isn't it?
Yeah, so you go pilau. But then...
Well, you might as well say Indian or Chinese!
No, because then the name wouldn't work. The Rice is Right.
Okay, yeah, I forgot you were working for the title backwards, aren't you? Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm so confused. I don't know where I am or what day it is.
A programme that they've been in on Channel 4, right?
Can you cross that out? We're not doing The Rice is Right either.
I don't understand The Rice is Right.
No, go on.
I'll tell you that later. We'll have a game in the office, right? A game that they've been in on Channel 4, but has got really big viewing figures.
Well, obviously not.
Right.
Or they wouldn't be bidding it. Go on.
Do you know 15 to 1?
Yeah.
They're getting rid of that, right?
Are they?
I'm thinking 15 Taiwan. Get some items that are made in Taiwan, right? Get 15 items, and I say what they are, and then you go, oh, I bet it's the vase. Or something.
That's one that's made in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Just explain that again very quickly.
No, don't go.
Alright,
Cross it out.
Forget that.
Cross it out. 15 Taiwan.
Right.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon, that is Karl Pilkington. We're here to ask you to donate generously to Comic Relief. Karl, thoughts? Good cause?
I don't want to put it down, but... No, it's just every year. If I was watching this at home, it's kind of like, here we go again. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
If you want to give. If my dad's watching this at home now, he'll go home. It's not tonight, is it? He hates tonight. My mum gets annoyed because EastEnders isn't on. It changes the schedule. I don't like it when I see, you know, JLS sat in a tub of beans going, call up, makes no difference. I've made my mind up. It annoys me that they're sat in beans. There's people going hungry across the world. They're sat in God knows how many tins that is. It just seems a waste.
Right. But you think the cause is a good one?
But it's every year. So I think people sort of go, oh, not again. How many times, if you had a mate who kept saying to you, you couldn't lend us a tenner, could you? How many times do you go, right, okay, this is the last time. We keep giving you money every year.
Right.
And each year you come back again with your hand out. How long are we going to keep doing this?
That's what you feel about Richard Curtis, who's behind Comic Relief.
Well, Richard Curtis, I never see him doing the bad stuff. He's never out there, is he? He gets all his mates to do it. Look at this I've arranged. Meanwhile, he's at home. I've never seen him in the thick of it.
No.
Lenny Henry, he's out there all the time.
Yeah.
You know, he's good. But Curtis, I bet people at home watching this haven't got a clue about Richard Curtis.
And yet he's the one who's going to get the knighted.
Is he?
Well,
definitely.
Inevitably, yeah.
Definitely. I'd love it to mean something these days. I go, well, you've made a Knight of the Realm. And he goes, oh, brilliant. And I go, right, here's the suit of armour, get on that horse, we're fighting the French. Let's see his face then.
Yeah. Straight back onto Lenny Henry again.
I feel that Karl's perhaps been a bit negative about comic relief. Can you give us your appeal for people to contribute to comic relief?
I just wish they'd focus on one charity. Just one thing a year. They go, this year, we're going to sort that out. And once we've raised money for that thing, we're not going to be knocking on your door again saying, we want some more.
Okay.
That is it.
What should we do? What charity do you want to solve? Everyone sends the money.
Well, just something important. In the paper the other day, they'd raised money for a pair of slippers for an elephant.
Right,
now,
why?
I love elephants, but it annoyed me. This picture there, 500 quid it was for a pair of slippers. Why?
Because he doesn't want to stomp around the house in his shoes.
We can't say that.
Exactly. You know, and sometimes he wears them over to the newsagent.
You shouldn't go out in slippers. They're for shoes in the house. Right. And then that's what happens. It will nip out with them on. Then next year, the elephant needs slippers again. And out again. In the street, there's always people. London is a nightmare. Honestly, you'd nip out.
The people with the clipboard.
Yeah, you couldn't avoid them. You cross the road, there's another one there. What am I going to do? I mean, a lot of the time, I think it's harder if you're a woman, a young woman, because the bloke's got them things on Greenpeace or whatever, deafkids.com, and they normally approach young women and they use it as a bit of a chatting up thing. You know, look at me, I'm a good bloke, doing a bit for charity. It's always with a good-looking woman, not like some toad-looking woman. He's always a good looker. Now, why is that? There's no evidence that says a good-looking woman's got more money.
If you're watching this and you haven't been stopped regularly to give charity, you probably look like a toad.
Red Cross, they've got more out of me. They keep calling up now they've got my number. Whenever there's a problem in the world, that phone isn't for me anymore. It's no use for me. It's just like the sort of Mother Teresa line. She's dead, who else can help us? Well, we've got Carl's number, give him a call. He's got a few quid. Honestly, that's how it seems every time. But I've told you, help the aged. You sign up, you give them your bank details. You're going to be looking after Edna. And they give you a little picture of Edna. She's sat there with one of those sort of pennies on. It tells you what it's going towards. Pay you £10. That will go towards keeping Edna warm, right? Get another pack, about a month later, open it up, there's Edna, she's got a tan. So that's what they're doing with the money, not just keeping her warm, popping the gas on, sending her away on holiday. If they sent me a letter saying Edna's going on holiday, I'm not putting money towards that, I'm paying for a gas bill. And that's what puts you off charity. The more you find out, the more you sort of turn against it.
So you're saying could be a con?
Well, you do have to be careful with a lot of charities. Yeah, I'm sure this one's legit and money's going to the right places. But you never know.
Now, I understand the cynicism. It's a drop in the ocean. It doesn't solve anything. It's people showing off on telly, right? Trying to get a bit of kudos, whatever, right? But what is nice is the ordinary people who do give so generously, and they're moved, and they might not have a lot of money themselves. Even people on welfare benefit, they're on the dole, or they haven't worked, they hand over a fiver to someone. Isn't that heartwarming?
People on the dole hand over money?
Yeah.
Well, that's easy. That's not their money to give away, is it? No, it is. You give me some of your money, I'll give it away. That's easy. It's when you've been working all week, got a boss moaning in your ear, quick, we've got to get this done, can I have holiday? No, you can't, we've got a deadline to meet. But I've booked holiday now, my wife wants to go away, we've got a big order on plumbing supplies.
What's the order coming in?
It's a big order from abroad.
What do they want?
Extra U-bends.
Oh, come on, how many U-bends do
we need?
No,
we need to get it done.
But it's
Get
Friday.
Back to work, right? Now, you need a holiday more than anyone. If they're on the dole, they're not stressed out. It's not their money. I can give money away that isn't mine.
Carl, what do you make of Comic Relief Night itself? Do you watch? Does it make you laugh?
I just feel like it goes on too long. You know, and they keep saying, this is the figure, we're after. Let's beat last year's. Well, no, let's not. Let's not beat last year's. Okay. Because then next year you'll want even more. I said, let's have a bit of a lull. An all-time low this year. Let's try and do that. So next year it's easier to crack. I've always thought that. It's tricky, this, because it does look like I'm having a go. No. All I'm saying is, if you haven't got that much money, the money you have got, you spend wisely. Over in Africa, you've got the all-time high, 50 million. Well, let's go mental. No, let's not go mental. Just give them a few million, see how they get on.
Right. Give generously, but not too generously, because tonight we want an all-time low.
Thank you.
Went and did the podcast. We had a meeting after. I don't like meetings as I can't keep focused on what people are talking about. I think Ricky has the same problem as after 25 minutes he was trying to wrestle me. I tried to do what spiders do and stayed still as if I was dead. But Ricky just stayed on top of me, not moving. A bit like when you see one of them big snakes swallowing a sheep. Ricky got bored and released me. I went home thinking, why had I left my old job for this? A homeless man asked me for some money, but I didn't feel like I should treat him as I felt that he'd probably had a better day than me. Oh, God. Suzanne called me to say she'd gone for a haircut and that she'd meet me in the supermarket. I went to the supermarket, but she wasn't there. I called her and she said she was near the fruit aisle. I went to the fruit aisle and she wasn't there. Turns out she was in a different supermarket on the other side of town. And that if I'd listened to her properly, I'd have known that. I didn't want to say that I...
What, you just went to the first supermarket you thought of, as opposed to listening to what supermarket... I'm in the supermarket, alright, bye.
I didn't want to say that I hadn't heard her properly, because my ears were ringing a bit from the wrestling from earlier. 25 minutes later, I met up with Suzanne. Her haircut wasn't that bad. Normally her haircuts are followed by an argument between us as she pays over the odds for some daft haircut that's the latest style. Brilliant. I wish she'd take a picture out of a magazine or ask for a style rather than letting the hairdresser do what she wants. I said I only tell her to do this as she's got a square head and a close-cut hairdo makes it look squarer. She said, what do you think of this cut? I said it looked alright as I couldn't be bothered arguing about it. It's weird writing a diary. I don't know who thought of doing one of these first. The last time I did one was at school. They used to get you to do it so they could keep an eye on whatever you were up to. My diary used to say the same thing every night. Got home, went to the shop to get potatoes, bread, milk. Went home, watched telly, went to bed. I think I might have gone to Twiggy's dance club just so I had something different to write. You've not told us about Twiggy's dance club.
It's just, you know, I sort of, when I was a kid, I sort of gave everything a bit of a go. I did boxing and that, didn't I? Gave that a go.
For about 45 minutes.
And, yeah, a mate sort of said, oh, you know, you're into your dancing, your robotics and that, you're doing your body popping, right, body popping and that. He said, you ought to come to Twiggy's. And, I went there, but I didn't go in, it was shut. They were just having, like, loads of toilet rolls delivered. I think, like, they were, like, using it as a storage place for toilet rolls and that, so I said, oh, I've come to have a dance, and like, oh, not tonight, come back tomorrow. I never went back.
Brilliant. Next. What a waste of an anecdote. Right. Brilliant.
Just to recap, you're convinced then that the teachers are asking you to keep diaries so they can keep tabs on you. And then to continue the diary, as there were more problems happening on the estate, they started to add Saturday and Sundays to the school diary to keep an eye on what we were doing at the weekend. I struggled to fill it on a Sunday as the shop I got potatoes and bread from was shut on a Sunday. I had to go over to Shepherd's Bush to meet someone. I got the tube. There was a badly burnt man on the tube. It's amazing how the body can continue through quite a lot of bad stuff. It got me thinking about how much stuff you could remove in your body, one by one, without dying. If it was a competition, the cockroach would win, as it can live for a week without a head.
I just mean, like, say if, you know, they're running out of ideas for TV programmes and that, right? They get someone who isn't well. They go, look, do you mind if we make a programme on you? And what they do, they sit them in the bed, and they go, right, what we're going to do now is take out the heart, but replace it with a pacemaker. Right,
No. Sorry. People with pacemakers don't have their heart taken out and a pacemaker popped in.
Alright then. Some sort of machine. What I'm getting to is...
Have you been playing Operation?
What I mean is the big finale would just be a head chatting with loads of wires going into it, and it's like, look what we can do with science.
That's what the programme's called. It's the same every week. The volunteer is just a head with loads of wires coming out of it.
Look what we can do with science.
And he's going,
goodbye.
Oh, I feel ill.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was... Oh, this is great.
This makes it in the diary.
Got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington. I got some post delivered to me today. It was addressed to Mr. Dilkington. I opened it and the first sentence read, Dear Mr. K. Dilkington, you're one of our most valuable customers. I put it in the bin. thought I would learn some new words, as Steve always says I don't use enough different words. I read in the Fortean Times that the word "wew" means an ugly female ghost with drooping breasts.
What do you mean?
Is that how am I pronouncing that right?
Who's using that word? Who is using that word?
It was just W-E-W-E.
Let's call it a woo. An ugly female ghost with drooping breasts. I think I'm right when I say there are too many words in the world. I don't think I will ever get round to using the word woo. Watched a health programme. Wasn't watching it properly, but heard some doctors say that we only get so many heartbeats in a lifetime, so don't do too much exercise. I told Suzanne, and she said I probably hadn't heard it right. We got talking about death. Suzanne said she didn't like thinking about it. I said she might end up being a woo. I was chuffed as I'd managed to use my new word. I went to the supermarket to get tonight's tea. On the way, I stopped and looked in the fishmongers at all the different fish they had in the window. It's like a child in one of those kids' TV shows.
I know.
Mr. Pilkington went to the fishmonger. He stopped and looked at all the fish in the window.
Hello, Mr. Dilkington, they said.
There was a newspaper clipping stuck on the glass about a two-headed fish that they've made in Taiwan. I don't see the point in doing this, as a fish having two heads ain't gonna solve the world's hunger problems, as the head is the bit you throw away. Invent a fish with two bodies, and I'd say well done.
Good point, isn't it?
Suzanne watched one of her favourite TV programmes. I've told her the telly only goes on if there's something she wants to watch. If there's nothing on, she has to talk to me about stuff I've learnt. Like Descartes. Watched a programme on him the other day. He is the one who said something like, I know I'm about 'cause I dream. Doesn't work for everything 'cause ants don't sleep. I don't know if I'd like that or not. You don't know if you would like it if you didn't ever sleep.
Not sleeping. It's just one long day. I don't know. Don't know how you put up with that. Do you think it'd be a good idea?
No.
Why not?
Because, as you said, it would get a bit boring. You know, your sleep is your rest, your time off. It helps you detoxify. It helps you sort of think things through on a subconscious level.
But don't you ever get it where, I mean, sometimes it's brilliant to have a sleep when you're tired, but don't you sometimes feel
that's
like...
the best time to have a sleep, when you're tired.
No, but sometimes when you go to bed and you're not that tired and you're kind of thinking, oh, I'm going to waste some hours of my life now and I'm not really in the mood for this.
Well, that's just wishing you had longer on this earth doing creative things. I mean, if you didn't have to sleep, you could spend more time talking to a tortoise than going to the toffee shop.
Well, I'll tell you more than that, Rick. You're going to need some time off just to have a little breather, because I know how hard you work.
And you, mate?
Well, thanks, mate, but I mean, you blinking work hard.
But Carl's been on holiday again, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah, because, Carl, you don't do anything.
And you have weekends off. You take at least 5 or 6 weeks holiday a year, even though you haven't got a job now, you're meant to be doing this, and yet you still go
your whole life's a holiday, basically.
Yeah, why do you need a holiday? You potter around... Your big day last week was going to the cobblers, so... Why did you need a break so much this week?
It's just that, you know, it's good for your brain and that, isn't it? It opens it up a bit.
You are not evidence for that.
Where did you go?
Gran Canaria.
For a week?
Yeah.
Just sitting around?
Well, there isn't much else to do at Gran Canaria. I mean, I don't want to go slagging a place off because every time I seem to talk about somewhere, get into trouble for it.
Right.
But it's just like a big rock. It's just volcanic, innit?
And you must have looked like a little barnacle on that.
Have you been there before?
Been near it before to another rock. Which was just...
Well, what, you had your fingers burned, why did you go back?
Because you think, well, they can't have loads of these islands that are the same, like just a big rock with hotels on, they can't get away with it. So you think,
they
well,
obviously
the next
are getting away with it. But why do you keep going to these places that are rocks? Why don't you investigate first? Ask your travel agent, is this a giant rock?
Because that's what you do, innit? You go and find out yourself. I mean, when Armstrong went to the moon, what was he expecting up there? That's a fact, that's a big rock, and he still went all that way.
I don't know what that point was.
No, so what I'm saying is, though, sometimes...
Tell us about the moon landing. As you started, what do you know about that? You know, because I mean, so far you've given us a lot of insight into the moon landing. So there was Armstrong.
There was Armstrong and that.
Yeah.
There was a fella called Buzz.
Yeah.
And another bloke.
Yeah. Poor bastard.
Yeah, never remembered.
Yeah, go on.
And they went up there, got out. 2 of them did. one of them didn't bother. The one whose name, don't know who he was. Didn't even get out, stretch his legs, right? Went all that way. They had a potter about, had a wander, came back again.
Yeah.
So, that's all you need to know, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in your opinion, pointless?
To me, yeah. But to them, I'm sure they had a good time, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just take the risk, don't you? Go and visit a place, make up your own mind.
And so, what did you make of this place? You enjoy it, Gran Canaria? It was just a big rock, but did you
I bet the moon was better.
Really?
What did you do?
It was just, it's one of them, it was a big hotel, which is, that's where I made a mistake. It was one of those, like, big, massive places where there's loads of people, and, you go for your dinner.
That describes a hotel.
Yeah.
No,
you've nailed that.
I've been to a few, that sounds like it.
No, but, do you know what I mean, though? There's the nice small ones where it's just enough people, but this is, like, mental. And it was all, it was full of old people, really.
Oh.
I mean, that's probably why it's called Gran Canaria, right? Because there's just
Grannies everywhere.
Yeah, right. But what I thought I'd start doing is start a diary.
Okay, why?
Just because I sort of had a bit of time on my hands and that. Just thought, write it down, write stuff down.
And do you hope that this one day will become one of the great literary documents like Samuel Pepys' diary?
I haven't heard of that. Is it any good?
You've never heard of Samuel Pepys' diary?
No,
the most famous diary other than probably Anne Frank's.
I've heard of Anne Frank's and that, and I thought if she's sat in a loft, knocking stuff up, not much going on in her life at that point, yet she was still writing it down.
Yeah, whereas you've been to Gran Canaria, yeah.
I thought, so there is stuff going on that I can chat about. Start a diary.
Sure.
You started a diary?
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? Did you keep it up every day?
Yeah, just,
Oh, can I read it, please?
Well, a diary is meant to be sort of...
Please, can I read some out on this podcast? Karl...
Some of it, though, is only relevant to me. It's sort of...
Oh, this is... Please, give me it. Oh, my God.
I mean, this isn't... I haven't just...
Look how big it is!
Oh, my God. Desk diary.
It's huge. It's about a foot long, and it's Oh, that is amazing. Imagine if Anne Frank's had been like that. She got out... Right, everyone would have heard it clang down on the desk.
Yeah, but my writing's quite big, isn't it?
Oh, look, give us that.
Do you know about joined up writing? Have you heard about that?
There's no point. Sometimes you can't read it, can you? So it's best
okay.
to look at
oh my God, it starts on the first day. This is wonderful. Going on holiday to Gran Canaria today. Woke up to the news that Tony Banks had died. There was a piece on the news about how everyone was shocked. Got me thinking about an invention that was really good. Right. A watch that counted down your life. If it says you've got 3 days left, go to the doctors. Told Suzanne about invention. She said she wouldn't buy one. But she said that about the iPod.
How would this device work, this watch? I mean, how would you know when you were about to die? Is that a concern, again, not for you to worry about, presumably the boffins and the...
No, all I was thinking is that Tony Banks fella, he died and everyone was shocked about it. But if you had, like, a little watch on...
But how does it work? You can't just say, wouldn't it be good? How would this work? Yeah, I imagine you in the patent office got an idea. They go, oh, certainly, Mr. Pilkington, what's your idea? Watch that counting down your life. Oh, how does that work?
Just wear it, just pop it on your wrist.
No, what do you mean, just pop it on your wrist? How does it work, just pop it on your wrist? Brilliant. You're an idiot.
Well, it's interesting that he goes on. The flight to Gran Canaria was a bit bumpy. I thought about the clock that counts down your life again, and I wondered if it would know if you were going to die in a disaster. No, he's querying his own life. He's
wondering if he would know. He's invented this.
And now he's shot. A fella on the plane was reading Koi Mag. It was a fishing magazine. I glanced over and noticed he was reading the Pond of the Month article. Don't think they could make it into a weekly magazine. Well, to be fair to you, because I remember seeing a guy on the train once reading Carp Monthly, a magazine dedicated entirely to carp, and it had Carp of the Month. And I just thought, once you're like 3 months in, the editor must be stressing, have we got any more carp? Have we got a carp that's actually done anything?
I reckon if they used the same one twice, there wouldn't be many complaints.
No one would be noticing.
No, that's the carp they used 2 years ago.
There was a really fat bloke on the plane. He was playing on his PSP. While I waited to go to the toilet, I looked at what game he was playing. It was darts. He's that fat and lazy, he can't even face playing a more active game on a games console. Me and Suzanne got off the coach along with a couple of old people. One of them was in a wheelchair. I don't think it was wise of them to come to a volcanic island with a wheelchair. Everywhere's pretty rough paving and slopey. Guess I'll keep an eye on it as the weeks go on. Day 2 in Gran Canaria.
Brilliant. We're only at day 2.
The hotel's a bit odd. I've never seen as many cross-eyed people in one location.
That's amazing.
Well, you meant to let me read on a bit more.
No, this is amazing.
Well, come back.
This is a brilliant diary. This might be the best diary ever written. Oh.
While sat listening to the Kinks on my iPod, I wondered if everybody thinks in their accent. I know I do. What's this? What are you talking about?
Just that, you know, when I've been sat there lying on the lounger, right, and I was thinking about stuff.
How do you know you think in your accent? Tell me a typical thought.
Because what I mean is, say if I was like, if I saw something, right, do you know how I say, like, oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it?
But I don't have to. But when you think, I don't think the sentence is like I'm saying it. It's just a thought. The thought appears. It's conceptual and it's already there. It's not like I go, Rick, what? Just looking at that fellow over there, were you? Yeah, I was. Yeah. I was thinking it was a bit weird. So was I. I don't think out whole sentences.
Whereas you have Carl, stop listening to the Kinks for a minute. Look over there. More cross-eyed people.
No, well that's
Is that how your mind works?
In a way, yeah. And
Brilliant.
that's when because I
That
thought
explains a lot.
It's great that he has to think about whole sentences.
Because I thought that's weird, isn't it? Like I didn't think that's weird, isn't it? And I thought I actually think in my accent. And then I thought, does Stephen Hawking, does he, when he's doing his maths and that, is he? I don't know where he's from, so I don't know what his accent would be like.
I think he's from Kent or Cambridge or Oxford.
Right.
Or
so
you think he might think in his
voice, in that voice,
the computerised voice.
Just wondered.
Had lunch inside today due to shite weather. Sat next to an old fella. Old men's ears and noses carry on growing as they get older. Suzanne noticed his fingers were fat too. Maybe they continue to grow. Suzanne didn't laugh when I said her arse had the same problem. Day 3, cloudy start to the day. Had pie and chips in a cafe. Had a bit of an argument with Suzanne because I thought it was daft that we were paying for food when we were on an all-inclusive holiday. Changed my mind when I saw they sold pie though. The cafe was called Tattoos. The fellow who owned it didn't have any tattoos. But we never saw his wife.
Oh, brilliant.
Had a drink in a bar. Everyone sat and watched one of the local cats lick its bollocks.
It's the greatest holiday in the world. That's the entertainment in that town.
Went back to the hotel and had a sleep before tea. I love the fact you're moaning about old people, but you're just as bad.
You've done nothing so far.
He's done nothing, he's got a big hip.
Oh, God.
Woke up to news about ducks being badly treated. There was a really ugly one with bent legs.
I'm gonna die. Why does he write this down? Oh, God. Oh.
There is a fat bloke from Bolton who is in the pool as I write this. He's got a big tattoo on his back, but I can't work out what it is. ... He just got out of the pool and burped. You just felt like you had to keep us abreast of that.
Everything's in the diary. I just seen it get to the point where you're going, breathed in,
yeah,
breathed out again.
There was a big fat fella in the sea who kept his t-shirt on. If you're big and fat, is there more chance of you getting burnt because there's more of you on show? I asked Suzanne and she said she didn't know in that sort of not listening kind of way. I wanted to hang about to see if the fat bloke was going to get in the kayak, but Suzanne said we had to head back. Just let him wait in to see if he's going to capsize. We got home today, so we got up early to get the last bit of cloud.
No, it's just that it wasn't. It's not that sunny all the time. I mean, I was sat in weather that if it was like that here, there's no way I'd be sat in the garden.
Yeah.
But because you're on holiday, it's like, well, we got to sit in it. Put your coat on.
So are you going to continue to write this diary? Every single day?
It's amazing. Keep this diary up. It's amazing.
No, I will keep it up, because what I find as well is, I think earlier on, before I went away, I think I did learn something, and because I wrote it down, I remembered it a bit better. So...
What was that?
I just was thinking then, I forgot it now, but but I remembered looking back at it and not having to read it all, because I remembered the end of it before I read it, if you know what I mean.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, if you've enjoyed The Diary of Karl Pilkington. More next week, I hope. Another week's worth. That's amazing. I'm going to try and get that published. We'll put the odd page up on the web. Go to rickygervais.com. Don't forget to register there as well, so we can email you and let you know what's happening. Brilliant.
Anyway, Rockbusters, Carl. Yeah, should we get the ball rolling? Let me just find the gifts here, the little treats. We've got the album from the Coral, you know what I think about that. We've got Carpet in Sound Feeder. Well, it's just a novelty record, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got, on DVD, more great comedy moments, favourite clips from the best of contemporary BBC comedy. We've got Partridge on the front there, we've got one of the guys from Red Dwarf, and
brilliant.
Good stuff on there. Smash Hits, the reunion, more great 80s tunes, Kajagoogoo's on there, plus some stuff...
Too Shy?
It is Too Shy.
Yeah.
Actually, let me see if you can guess which one's from Tiffany.
Well, yeah, I know it, the only one.
I think we're alone now.
Yeah, I think we're alone, yeah.
Mel and Kim?
Respectable?
Mm-hmm. Human League?
That'd be... Oh, wow, what would they have got, Don't You Want Me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Take On Me?
Yep,
Yeah.
well done. Madness?
Baggy Trousers.
Of course. Kim Wilde?
Kids in America?
Yeah, so there's just all those treats. If you like a song from an 80s band, it's probably on there.
Yeah, okay.
Plus we've also got on VHS, Graham Norton, some kind of best of compilation from his TV show. So, there are the,
Hold on, is it the one where he talks to sort of female gay icons and looks at the internet? Because that's my favourite one. Right, there you go, let's do Rockbusters.
Right,
email only, of course.
Yeah. You email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answer. Right, first one. Bit of a cryptic clue, if you haven't heard it before.
Well, not cryptic, we've gone. What is Carl thinking?
If you go into France by boat, I'd get your fags on there, because it's a lot cheaper.
Imagine Bob Holness. Sorry, we're out of time. Sorry, your minute's up. You've won nothing. I was reading that question out.
Sorry,
right.
so what's the...
Well, let's do it again, and I want it to be exactly the same, word perfect. I bet you it will change all over the place. He's lost it.
Go into France, buy yourself a boat with fags are cheaper.
Okay, fingers on the buzzers. You've only got 10 seconds to win the gold run. Okay, first up. Here, I'll tell you what, no, seriously, if you're thinking of going to France, well don't, because go on the ferry, get the fags there, because it's cheaper. Go on.
Right, so that one again. If you want to buy some fags, you're going over to France on the boat, get them on there, because you'll save a few quid. BF.
BF.
Right? BF.
Okay.
Right, the second one. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
This little foreign cafe is growing its own steak.
Yeah. This little foreign cafe's growing its own steak.
Go on.
D.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
And the last one.
Is that part of it?
Hang on.
He's the best, isn't he? He's the best.
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
What?
The Jamaican fella might have screamed this on the Titanic.
Yeah.
What's it start with?
It's CD. That one.
Jamaican fellow might have screamed this on the Titanic. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
So we'll get Rockbusters out of the way. Have we got a winner?
Yeah, come on then. See, it worries me that we've had very few entries. I think that even your mental fans aren't getting these, which is really worrying. They must be terrible clues this week.
Alright, well...
has anyone got them right, Steve?
I think there's just one guy, yeah, who I suspect has won in the past.
Well, so what?
Right, the first one. If you go out of France by boat, you might as well buy your fags when you're on that, because you'll get them a lot cheaper.
Brilliant.
Right?
Yeah.
BF.
Yeah.
Buy it ferry. Right? That's like...
What?
Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on
ferry. What's that? Is that a band?
What?
What is it? I don't know what it is.
Brian Ferry.
Brian Ferry? What's that got to do with buying on a ferry, though?
Just because he's quite close to it. Buy on ferry.
What?
Buy on ferry.
Sorry, what's your first language?
The second one.
That's rubbish, that doesn't count.
No,
buy on ferry.
Brian Ferry, buy on ferry.
There's this little foreign cafe. It's growing its own steak. That's Delamitri. The third one.
What? Sorry, what? What is that? What is that? Delamitri.
Delhi is a little foreign cafe.
Yeah.
The meat tree and that.
A meat tree?
A meat tree? What were the initials for that?
Just D for that.
Just D for that?
Yeah.
So not DA?
So you didn't even give him a chance to get the group?
Oh, they got it.
Well,
No, they didn't. Right, it's the end. Go on, right. Go on.
Deli meat tree?
Deli meat tree. One word. D. Or any letter.
They're growing their own
M.
meat.
M's in it. Go on. Okay, so Bayern, I love Bayern Ferry. And Oxymusic was brilliant. I love Oxymusic. Go on.
Can I just point out, Rick, that we've
David Bowie?
Deli meat tree.
Yeah.
I don't see why necessarily Aidan, who emailed in, why he doesn't get to win, because he emailed in dire steaks. Seems to me just as valid, as far as I can tell, but Deli meat tree it is.
And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic...
I'm looking forward to this. With a little bit of fear.
Jamaican fella, if he was on the Titanic, he probably would have screamed this.
Yeah.
That's Christ de Berg.
Oh! I don't know what to do. Stunning.
So who's the winner?
I'm not going to give it to anyone. I just don't...
what's the Jamaican bit got to do with it?
It's the D. Just Christ de Berg.
Say it again?
No, I think they've worked it out now.
What do I say again?
Christ de Berg.
And who's that?
What?
Who's that?
Who's what?
Who's Christ de Berg?
Chris de Berg. Who's the winner, Steve?
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to Aidan, because he just treated you with nothing but contempt. Steve Martin emailed in again. He got the first two, and then the last one he just emailed, I neither know nor care about this answer. I'm tempted to give him one.
Do you know what you've done there, don't you?
Go on.
You've put the nail in the coffin of Rockbusters. I warned you for 3 weeks, and you sort of bucked your ideas up for a little while. But Christ de
Those
Berg,
are the worst you've ever done.
the worst Delimitri. So and didn't it just put D, and then Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry, Bayern Ferry.
So.
Well, one thing Karl has been doing over the past few months is writing his diary. He's kept that up. I don't know what he's had to write about. All he's been doing is looking at moths and ants and bees and going for walks. But I'm sure it's all in the diary. So, let's have a look at that. Oh, I don't believe he's only gone and written it down.
We went to the park and had a brew. Suzanne read the paper while I played with a ladybird. I mean, it's like a child, isn't it? It's like what a child would do.
Suzanne read the paper while I played with a ladybird. His only friend is a beetle.
It climbed up my arm. It struggled on me hairs.
This is in detail then?
Yeah. It kept stopping every now and then and was rubbing its head with its right arm. It did it about 4 times and always used its right arm. It rested for about 5 minutes, then flew off. Sunday. Had a bit of a to-do with Suzanne because she wanted a line today. I ate this. Once you're awake, you should get up. I got up and put the radio on really loud. She eventually got up. I told her insects don't have lines, so we shouldn't.
Why are you obsessed with insects?
You must be fucking unbearable to live with. You must be a nightmare.
No, I've just started, because I've watched insects a lot, I don't want to keep going on about them because we're a bit insect heavy. But at the end of the day, if we copied insects, we wouldn't go far wrong.
I don't know what you mean though. 1 minute you're saying they're great, then the next minute you'll slag them off.
Yeah, I'll slag some of them off if I don't know what they're doing, but because I've studied them a bit longer, I just think they do it right.
You haven't studied them, though.
He thinks he's like Darwin.
But you just slagged them off again. Don't you think that insects are doing stuff? They're not. It goes there, then it goes back again.
The ant was messing about, but only that one. The others were carrying stuff. That's what I'm saying. These snidey ones in everything. In everything in the world, you get a hierarchy.
Oh, long words!
Ooh. The bookshelf was dusty, so Suzanne asked me to dust it if I get a minute. I ended up looking at every book.
Just the spine. Yeah. Just for a few seconds each. Yeah. Didn't open them.
I looked in the dictionary to see if the word dictionary would be in the dictionary. I didn't think they would bother with it being on the front page, but it was in the book as well.
It's a good point though, isn't it?
No, it's not a good point, because You didn't tell us anything.
Dictionary is in the dictionary.
Well, of course it is.
Well, why? If you go, how do you spell dictionary? You look at the spine and you go, oh, there it is, D-I-C-T, and all that.
So what does dictionary mean?
It's a book full of words, isn't it?
That's what it means. All books are full of words, you idiot.
How to spell them. And if you don't know
No,
what
it's
it
not
is...
how to spell them.
Alright then, well...
I'll just look up something. No. It's not a book full of words to tell us what... No. It's the meaning.
Give us the definition of dictionary.
Meaning.
It's a book full of words if you want to know what the meanings are. But if you didn't know...
Well, sorry, what was that sentence?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you didn't know that, then you wouldn't be looking in it, because you wouldn't know the book is about that. So, if you don't know the word dictionary and what it means, you wouldn't be looking at the dictionary, you'd be looking at an A to Z. Because you
Why leave it out, though?
Just because there's so many words in the world, I would have thought they wanted to cram as much as they can on a page, and if dictionary is already on the front...
Is that why you suddenly used the word hierarchy for the first time ever? Did you find that in there?
Did you see hierarchy in the dictionary?
I feel that big word has pushed out about 26 other more useful ones.
Yeah, well, Suzanne's been going on about me learning another language. But I sort of think your brain has only got so much room on it.
And the rest of it's filled with lard.
So, if I've got to learn everything I know, again, but in a different language, it's taking up space, isn't it?
You don't learn everything. Oh, God.
It's all storage, isn't it?
But you don't have to learn it again. You don't have to learn the concepts again. You're merely
Do you know how
learning
many
vocabulary.
moves there are in the human brain? You don't worry, you won't use them all up.
I feel that he has reached his capacity, though.
Yeah. Well, you need another sort of... You need an update. You need some more memory.
Woke up to some interesting news. It's good when this happens because it sets me up for the day ahead. If it's miserable news, it affects my day. It said on the news that they have found 2 new flies.
Fucking hell, more insects! What have you done? Is that all you've done this summer?
Bong! Trouble in the Middle East. Bong! 2 new flies found.
Ladybird climbs up arm.
They were found in the UK and they were found close to each other. Maybe this happened because they were different than the other flies and weren't expected to hang about together, so that's why they knocked about with each other.
That would happen, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
It's 2 new flies.
What do you mean? Does it mean there are 2 new flies that are a different species?
Yeah, 2 new species, and they found them close to each other, right?
Yeah, but they didn't mean there was one of each.
No. Yeah, they did. They found 2 different ones.
No,
they have. Seriously, I know that. That's right. That's a fact. So you've got, like, I don't know the names of them. They give them odd names, don't they? Well, say call it A and fly B, right?
Yeah.
Fly A, I don't know. Say that's orange.
This is just...
B.
Fly yeah.
No, this is painful.
No, but I'm just making it easy.
But Fly B wears a little hat. It's got a little hat.
Right, yeah, fine. Now, they found the orange one. I went, look at this over here. This is a bit weird. And they've gone, oh, that's a new species. Log it, whatever. And then the other one went, oh, keep your pen handy. Look at this one, it's got a hat on. So then they found them both within the same distance.
I don't know what that sentence means.
Keep going.
They found them both within the same distance.
But without interrupting him, let him finish this point.
Let me just make one thing clear. Karl Pilkington just said they found them both within the same distance. Think of that!
Don't know what it means, but go on, let him finish this point.
So what I mean is, they weren't knocking about with other normal houseflies, because they were probably sort of going, oh, he's a bit weird. Leave it. Yeah, because the other one was also odd, they're hanging about with each other. Don't you understand that? Why is that such an odd concept?
Because you think of it as like 2 little new kids in school. Yeah. They find that they're both new and they've got something in common.
They're both goths, so they start hanging out together.
Yeah.
And this was on the news, was it?
Yeah, just on the radio, yeah.
I know if I looked into that story, it would be 90% wrong.
Bit tired today, because didn't get to sleep as early as I wanted due to a moth getting in the bedroom.
Fuck me!
I got it in a glass and looked at it for a bit and then let it go because Suzanne wanted to go to sleep. Looked up some interesting news. Some people dug up an old body in Ireland. Turns out it's well old and was here when dinosaurs were here. The really weird bit is it had hair gel in its hair.
Right, what is it?
Fella.
Well, no, it wasn't around when dinosaurs were here then.
Just a bit after.
Right, fine. A lot after, yeah, go on. I think any hominid, anything that could even be linked to anything that may become man is only about 1 million years old, and I think Homo sapien is probably only about 150,000 years old. Dinosaurs are about 150 million to 250 million.
Yeah, no, it's not the age bit, that's amazing. It's the fact of, there's a fella, won't have even had shoes on his feet.
Right.
And yet he was worried about his hairstyle.
Right, well that's definitely not true either. This is unbelievable.
Well, there was a man on the radio doing poetry, says Karl in his diary. I thought I'd have a go at doing a poem about today.
Not really. Steve, I'm a little bit queasy. He hasn't really written a poem.
He's written a small poem.
No, he hasn't really.
Yes. If moths had eyes...
Fuck me!
let me read the poem, okay?
Oh, fuck.
You wouldn't interrupt T.S. Eliot.
Okay. Okay.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
Right, it may be the greatest poem ever written.
Just dissecting it briefly, you attempt to rhyme in the first 4 lines, but abandon the rhyming system in the last 3. Is there a creative decision for that?
Can we have Karl read that? Sorry,
yes.
just you read it as you would like to. So this is, imagine this, right? Okay, this is going out all over the world. This podcast. And now, Karl Pilkington, a new poet from Manchester, now living in London, England, would like to read a poem.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
He said it as though the last bit was going to rhyme. He said it like it was going to rhyme. Oh God!
No, I think he feels as though the final line, I'd rather be a blind moth, is going to be one of those great, a summation that somehow the moth is a metaphor, the caveman.
No, there's no metaphor in that. He really does mean he'd rather be a blind moth.
Yeah, well, I'm just because I've looked at the day's news.
Can we always do that, Karl? Can we always find a day, right, and always sum it up in your thoughts, a poem? Just like that. I love that structure. I love that structure. If there's any English students or professors or novelists or poets listening, please email us what I thought of that poem, why it's good, why it's bad. So, give us your thoughts on that. I mean, we would love expert opinion, poets, English professors. Just email us at podcast@rickygervais.com. Oh, he's only got it written down.
That's the jingle for Karl's diary. We had bacon and egg on toast. I'm eager to get through the brown sauce, as the bottle is too big to go in any cupboard, so it has to be left on the sideboard. So I had about 4 dollops of the stuff. I love it because, that made it into the diary. He's concerned about the fact that brown sauce is too big, so he's rushing through it.
I know, but I'm just saying the kitchen isn't that big, and it looks messy when you leave stuff out, doesn't it? And we've got this giant brown sauce bottle, and I don't want to chuck it away because that'd be a waste.
So you're having brown sauce and everything, your cornflakes,
yeah.
in your tea.
Yeah.
A wasp got in the flat. Trouble's brewing. It was massive, the biggest wasp ever. Suzanne asked me to get it out, but I wanted to take a picture of it first. I was getting my phone ready when it flew at me. I reckon the sting on it could have killed a kitten.
So specific.
It ended up flying out the window on its own. Drama averted.
Oh God.
We went out for tea. You're always in a cafe. That's what this diary. You spend so much time in a cafe. There were loads of flying ants. I kept kicking the table because I could feel them on my legs. I wouldn't be that jumpy normally, but I still had flashbacks of the giant wasp from the morning. Suzanne told me to stop being stupid because I was ruining her night out.
A night out in a cab? Brilliant. Oh, God.
What was it, her birthday?
And flashbacks from an incident. Yeah. Like he's some sort of, like, war veteran. What is it? It's the wasp. It could have killed a kitten.
Bought some wallpaper. We got back and got on with it. The wall that we've papered before has got a big mirror under it. We papered on top of it again. I ended up reading my phrase book while Suzanne did the rest of the tidying up. Now, what's your phrase book? This is just you trying to master English, is it?
It's just a book that tells you little sayings and how they came about.
An interesting phrase is potluck. It came about when all people ate is stews. They used to chuck all sorts of stuff into the stew. You stuck your spoon in, and sometimes you got something nice like beef, or you could end up with a bit of frog. It's potluck.
Good, isn't it?
That's what it said in the book, did it?
A bit of frog.
Got up and checked the wallpaper out. There are loads of air bumps and it's buckled on the joins. I wish we'd never done it. Suzanne said the washer was broke and it's out of its warranty. She called up the people who made it and they said it will cost £150 to fix. I don't know how they know that when they haven't even seen it. I want to smash it to bits and see what they can do for £150. So much anger.
I want to smash it to bits. That'd be great, wouldn't it? 150, you sure? Come round.
Yeah.
And it's just like a cube that's been through one of those car crushers. 150 quid, there's 150 quid, fix it.
I watched the news and calmed down a bit, because there was a story about some Siamese twins who are having an operation. They've got 2 heads, 4 arms, 2 legs, 1 liver. The doctor said they will have 1 leg each. I felt bad worrying about the washer when people have bigger problems like the Siamese twins. Ricky and Steve asked me to do a poem about one day a week, so I thought I'd do one today. I can't obviously do it justice, so I should let the master read it.
You've done another poem?
Yeah, you said, just do one. If you have a day where you've had a lot of emotions.
Well, I loved the poem, and so did the listeners, and I knew they would, so if you can do that every week, that'd be a joy for me.
You can't force a poem, though.
No, I know.
A diary's easy to do, because you just write down what you're doing.
But you've got to have some really meaty subject matter to be able to write a poem, Rick, as you'll discover.
I know.
Right, so, you've heard what problems they had that day.
Go on then.
Bubbled wallpaper. What a mess. Washer dry and knackered. What a mess. Siamese twins separated. 1 leg less.
I don't know what rhyming scheme that is again. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Oh, fuck me.
Have you ever wondered how artists create such an epic sense of scale in their work? Hello there, in this video we're going to explore how artists create a sense of scale, how we can use those principles, and share some common pitfalls at the end of the video. Let's get started. The very first principle is contrast of size. When starting out your piece, there are some really fundamental and abstract elements that trick our brain into seeing scale. If we have a plain old cube with no relation to anything, we don't have a very strong idea of how big it is. But most of us might say that's, it's in human scale, maybe a bit smaller, maybe 0.5 meter to 1.5 meters. But if we put a smaller object next to our cube, then suddenly we start feeling a sense of scale. Not exactly in measurable units, but we do feel that the original cube is larger somehow. This technique of contrast or comparison is super common in art. Simply contrasting something smaller with something larger helps us see how big it is. Like in this piece from Ethan where we see Drake contrasted against the massive head-like ruins. Or in this shot from Quentin with the tiny boat contrasting the massive ruins in the background. How small these objects are in frame really underline the scale of the ruins. The second principle has to do with how we experience the world as humans. Let's look at camera angles. Seeing our setup from 3 different camera angles, we can see the effect it's having on our perception and understanding of the scale. Number 1 has a pretty neutral camera angle and it makes our cube feel within human scale, however it is still hard to tell. Number 2 has a camera tilted upwards and it feels like we, the viewer, are looking up at the cube and therefore it feels larger. In number 3 we have our camera tilted down, and therefore everything feels smaller because it feels like we're looking down at the object. But this angle could also give us a better sense of the scale as we're getting more of an overview, but it doesn't give us the same grandiosity we're seeing in number 2. In this piece we get an epic sense of scale, and we can really feel how the upwards angle makes us look up so we can fully see the towering heights. In this painting from Flora, we are looking down at everything, so everything feels smaller, but it does show a great sense of depth, which can show massive scale even though we're looking down, so the principles can be applied differently here. There's a third angle I would like to mention. I call it the satellite. This camera angle involves a lens with a high millimeter or a long focal length. It typically flattens out the image a bit, however, it has a feeling that we the observer is quite far away, like on a plane or in outer space. And the understanding of scale has a slightly delayed comprehension. At first we might look at this piece in the top and think, oh, humans could be here, but then we see the floating ships around it and we get a much better understanding of the scale. And we can truly tell how massive it is. So working with the camera can be a great addition to visualizing your epic scale. I'm also building a piece on the side here, and I will have the viewer looking upwards to really feel the scale. The third principle is composition. In this piece by Raymond, we see a massive creature walking through the jungle. For us, the creature is in full view and we can see it all. And it helps us understand the creature's exact scale to the world, and we can tell that it's massive. This type of composition makes the scale of the creature very clear, and it gives us the ability to relate the subject matter to its surroundings easily. But we can also obscure the subject and leave out selected parts to let the observer's mind run wild, creating a deliberate crop of our image. Because when we can't see the full scale of an object, the viewer can imagine it much larger than it really is, implying a sort of vastness, which we can see in effect on this massive rusty ship hull in the background. And there's a secondary effect. We might feel that the subject is so big that it can't even fit into the frame. I think I will apply something similar to my piece, so I will extend my subject up and create sort of the crop to imply vastness. The fourth principle is super interesting. We're talking about proportions. If we look at this piece by Oliver, we are met by these towering structures and their tapered upper halves that turn into spires. This tapering serves two purposes. Physically and constructionally, it is easier and more stable to reduce weight over time, which you know if you've stacked cards before. But it also creates a trick of perspective. Tapered structures makes us believe that they are much taller than they are, because how it is emulating the effects of perspective. This was a common technique while building the early skyscrapers, like the Chrysler and Empire State Building. This principle also counts for organisms, because of what is known as the square cube law, which in basic terms means if you double the height of an organism, you usually have to quadruple the weight. So the physics applied change, and therefore bone density and so on can no longer keep up unless you compensate somehow. This is quite clearly seen in something like Attack on Titan, on the Colossal Titan. We can see they have designed it with massive column legs, thinned out arms, and made a tiny head, all to emphasize the forces that are at play on this massive body. Another place we can see this in effect is on the giants from Game of Thrones. Here we can see the proportional differences between our giant and tiny Tormund. It's okay, we still love you.
I know that.
On top, the sometimes silly proportions of the T-Rex's human-sized arms actually help to underline and frame the creature's actual scale. There's no one way to make your creature, but overall to make your creature feel larger, think of how you can balance out its features to match the physics and help sell the creature. Well, I will for sure create a few tapered towers around my main structure and taper the main one a little bit. The fifth principle is a tricky one. I call it relative scale. In this piece by Paul, we see a flying carrier ship, and we also see tiny people in yellow jackets. Looking around the ship, we see objects that are made to fit human scale, like the railing on the ship sides. The human eye is quite sensitive to scale, so when objects that we expect to have a certain height, but doesn't, we lose our sense of scale. So everything in this scene, like window heights, cockpit sizes and doorways, will have to be within a relative scale. Windows can be many different sizes, however the details around the windows can be tricky. If you imagine a window set in a building with a cross, if you simply took the same window and scaled it up, that wouldn't feel quite right, because we would assume that the frames around the windows would be the same to line up architecturally. So instead we want to do something like this. Staying consistent can sometimes really make or break the scale of your image. Well, I better scale in those windows a bit. Ah, much better. The sixth principle is great fun. Repetition. Repetition is one of those principles that are just fun and easy to implement, and they always help show the scale very well. Take this illustration made by Martin here. The massive column-like structures don't quite look like anything we have here on Earth, and most certainly this scale is beyond human capabilities as of now. But by repeating the massive structures between the clouds, we can so easily tell that we're dealing with massive constructions. This example is also great as it really underlines how massive these trees really are. Using repetition here is quite neat because we do have trees that look similar to these, so we could confuse the scale at first glance, but seeing them repeated like this shows us how they're towering over the grasslands. You can also have supporting elements repeated around the subject to show scale. I in particular like this illustration from Connor and how it shows depth and scale through the train track bridges. The repeated arches really help sell the perspective for the scene. Well, I might as well duplicate a few structures around and sell the scale of my piece. Ah, texture and detail. The seventh principle. This principle relates to relative scale a little bit. Quite often when you need to make something large, it is just more likely it will have more detail on it. So adding detail and texture can help emphasize the size. A great example is Barad-dûr from Lord of the Rings. This massive tower applies a great assortment of varied shapes and sizes to the structure, truly making it feel epic and huge. This technique is quite often used in science fiction, and artists have given this kind of detail the name greeble. And adding all this greeble detail really emphasizes the perceived scale on this famous Star Destroyer. And even though your object might be built smooth, adding breakups to imply a more realistic building process can really sell the scale, like here on the Death Star. Another idea of texture is that larger objects tends towards being more rough than smaller objects. By this I mean that it's just more common to see larger things become more rough because the slight imperfections are more difficult to manage, which is shown quite clearly on these skyscraper windows. Each window placed is quite smooth and acts pretty much like a mirror, but when they are all put together, the slightest imperfections in alignment means the overall reflection appear rougher, even though the individual windows are perfect. We can see the same effect with the sun being reflected in the Earth's ocean. The reflection is there but quite rough, just from the unevenness of the waves. Theoretically we could make a perfect giant mirror, it is just less likely to see it. I'm going to make something similar to Barad-dûr, and adding lots of little detail variations to my scene will help bring it further. And I'll also make sure my textures are a bit more rough. The eighth principle will really sell the depth and realness of your picture. We're gonna look at atmospheric perspective. In this towering piece, we can see the structures fading into the background. Having your structures be so big that you have a noticeable change in atmosphere must mean that we are dealing with a scene of epic proportions. Additionally, atmospheric particles, and especially dust, are a little bit heavier than air, so they tend to settle closer to the ground, which is something we can see quite well in this piece by G. We can see it has this thick rolling atmosphere separating the different layers of the castle, resting down there at the bottom, leaving the top almost clear from atmospheric perspective. You will also sometimes see the same effect in between mountains. If we want to take it a step further, we should make a use of clouds. Having massive structures or cliffs reaching so high up that clouds intersect really helps sell the colossal heights of our subject, shown beautifully here by Min. And even though it is a more loosely painted illustration, where we wouldn't really be able to tell how big the cliffs are by themselves, the clouds really sell that these cliffs are reaching the heavens. I for sure want to see that in action. I'm gonna add some atmospheric perspective here, bleed out the top a bit, and add some epic clouds. The ninth principle is most likely the one you've all been waiting for: recognizable scale, also called birds for scale sometimes. The idea is to place something of a known size in the picture that we can relate to. Humans are a great indicator for scale, because we're human. So seeing a human relative to your subject makes it possible for the viewer to imagine themselves there and really feel the scale. In this illustration, for example, the humans lets us, combined with some repetition, truly understand the massive arch hanging above them. Another very common recognizable scale is using birds, also called birds for scale, as we can see in this illustration from Ankush. They really sell the enormity of the godlike ruin. Birds are easy to place in the picture because they're flying, so you could put them anywhere, and they just give a sense of life and wonder to the image. Like in this picture from Jamie, seeing them swarm around this giant robot just gives it a movement of scale. I also really like the use case here in TJ's work. The birds are not really there to show scale, the human sort of takes care of that, but it does give an indication of the massive heights the warrior is located at, and that adds a whole lot of drama to the scene, which might not have been entirely clear without the birds. But really, any flock of animals or objects of known scale can be used, like in this underwater scene from Roma, where small schools of fish surround this mysterious, supersized diver suit. Which is truly what I find awesome about these principles. Once you know them, you can use them to defy our expectations. Another example of recognizable scale is using little known environments to show the scale of something we're not too familiar with. Here we're seeing these massive carrier ships again, and the scale of the docks environments around it helps us understand the rough scale of everything, as it is much easier for us to relate to the scale of cranes and containers than this carrier ship. Well, I better play some humans and birds for scale. Oof, we're getting closer. Nice. The final and 10th principle is special effects, or FX for short. When we look at the water falling in this image by Jessica, the size and breakup of the water helps us see the scale. If the scene was much smaller, the liquid would feel thicker and more sticky because of the way surface tension works. But when we go larger, it has a different feel. So this principle is really about how effects react at different scales, a bit similar to relative scale but for effects. Here we see a landscape of ruins by Ricky, and on those ruins we see thick overgrowth. But we also see there is a cutoff point of the overgrowth, where you may be getting too high up for the plants to reach, either because of the weight or the natural limitations of how high up in the atmosphere plants can grow. So you could use the growth lines to show the tallness of your scene. Also, if you're capturing a sense of movement in your image, like this one by Jun Ling, these titans might be dragging massive plumes of dust and smoke with them. And note that the look of smoke also varies as it gets bigger and smaller. I definitely think I will add some overgrowth to my scene and make it cut off at a certain point. And finally, let's look at some of the common pitfalls when working with scale. Generally, larger scenes have a pretty consistent and large depth of field, which means that the image is pretty much sharp all over. When photographing smaller objects, the reverse is true, and you have a shallow depth of field. So we associate small scenes with a lot of depth of field, unless you have a very high focal length. So it's not always the case, but something to look out for. Also, be careful with creating objects that are too similar at different scales, because it can confuse our sense of scale, so keep it clear. And avoid leading lines. You could by accident create something that appears bigger than it is, just from the surrounding area. And that's pretty much it, and here we have the final image. With that done, I hope you found this video insightful. If you want to learn more about making concept art, you can check out some of our other tutorials on the channel, or check out our extended courses on Gumroad. Links to all of it can be found in the description below, and if you like this video, leave a like. If you want to see more from us, subscribe. That's it, and thanks for watching.